Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it.
morning and welcome to My Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick and let's get this show started. All right. It's early morning, Saturday morning. Surprise. I wasn't going to do a show, but kind of woke up very early this morning and I got myself a cup of coffee. And of course, I got my medicine here. And it's a wake and bake show. So, I know a lot of you are still sleeping, but the show will go on. Here it goes. Nice little joint here rolled up. And I'm going to see what's on the news. I don't have anything set up at the moment, but we're going to open up some windows and check out to see what's going on. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot going on. Every day it's a new day. Every day people continues to make mistakes. We got a Tyson De La Cruz. That's good. Okay, we got a lethal strike here. Got to check that out too. All right, we're off to a good start. Very good start to begin with. Today, is it today or tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow's the funeral. It's the funeral memorial service of Charlie Kirk. So I think I will be televising that tomorrow, so we could all watch. A lot of craziness going around the world. A lot of crazy shit going on around the world. Let me see. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go over. So let's just start off with these two just to get it going. Let me just set them all up. Set them up one by one. We do have a Tyson De La Cruz. So I think that's where I'm going to start off my show this morning. Is with some Tyson De La Cruz. Let's go ahead and get that up and loaded. Okay, let's go ahead and resize it and let's watch.
A dramatic arrest in Lawrence. Armored cars, officers carrying long guns, and federal agents taking a man into custody.
America, I need to tell you about a system failure so catastrophic that it literally put a violent gang member back into the streets just weeks before federal agents had to conduct an armed standoff to arrest him. Luis Jose Navarre Cabral, a suspect of the Trinitarios gang member accused of trafficking fentanyl and committing violent home invasions, was released from jail in Massachusetts because something called a La Villa rule. This is a legal loophole created by the ongoing public defender strike. But here's what should make your blood boil. This dangerous criminal was arrested by state police on August 31st with an active warrant, released on September 2nd because there was no lawyer to represent him. And then federal agents had to use flashbangs and battering rams to arrest him 2 weeks later. This is what happens when the justice system prioritizes bureaucracy over public safety.
25 investigates, asking why the man at the center of a federal drug case was arrested and released just 2 weeks before the feds picked him up. Boston 25 News was in Lawrence on Monday after federal agencies were involved in an hours-long standoff with the same man state police had in their custody days earlier.
What is up, guys? Tyson De La Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This case perfectly illustrates how liberal policies designed to protect criminals end up putting innocent American lives in danger. Let me break down who Luis Jose Navarre Cabral really is and why he should never be walking around free. This 24-year-old is a suspected member of the notorious Trinitarios gang, one of the most violent criminal organizations operating in the United States.
The FBI says Luis Cabral is a member of the Trinitarios street gang, wanted for drug trafficking in Maine. He's also accused of several home invasions and a police chase where shots were fired at officers.
According to federal prosecutors, Cabral is accused of trafficking fentanyl between northern Massachusetts and Maine, participating in multiple home invasions, and leading police on a high-speed chase where he and his accomplices repeatedly fired on pursuing officers. This wasn't some petty criminal. This was a violent gang member who shoots at police.
Court documents show Cabral allegedly broke into 3 homes and led police on a high-speed chase and shootout last month in Maine.
When Massachusetts State Police arrested him on August 31st, they found him in possession of 8 different ID cards, a clear sign of identity fraud and sophisticated criminal activity. But somehow this dangerous criminal was back on the streets within days because of a legal technicality designed to protect defendant rights. Here's where the system completely failed. Massachusetts has something called the Lavallee Rule, which requires defendants to be released if they don't have legal representation within 45 days. This rule was created to protect defendants' constitutional rights, but it's being exploited because of the ongoing public defender strike.
Cabral was in the Middlesex House of Correction in Billerica in May when he's accused of assaulting another inmate. He was released and the case dismissed on August 15th due to the ongoing public defender strike. The shortage of defense attorneys has led to hundreds of cases getting kicked after 45 days if there isn't anyone to represent the defendant.
The shortage of defense attorneys has led to hundreds of cases being dismissed after 45 days if there's no one to represent the defendant.
But the Middlesex DA's office refiled the case, leading to the warrant that allowed state police to pick him up August 31st. So why was he out again? 25 Investigates brought that question to mass trial courts.
The Middlesex DA office refiled the case, which led to a warrant that allowed state police to arrest him on August 31st. But then, get this is the insane part. The bail clerk released Cabral within days of his arrest. On September 2nd, he was back on the streets. Think about this timeline. Violent gang member assaults an inmate in jail, gets released because of a public defender strike, gets rearrested on a warrant, then gets released again. 2 weeks later, federal agents need flashbangs and battering rams to arrest him. Federal agents finally moved in on Cabral on September 15th, and they weren't taking any chances. This was a full-scale tactical operation involving the FBI, Homeland Security, and local law enforcement.
Flashbangs and smoke. That's what residents in this Lawrence neighborhood woke up to Monday.
Come on, Louie. We have a warrant. We're not going anywhere.
Moments earlier, a SWAT team called for a suspected gang member to leave this home on Roberta Lane.
Federal agents used a battering ram to break down the fence and deploy flashbangs to end the standoff. This is the level of force required to arrest someone who should have been in jail the entire time.
Then it was a pop and the crunch of federal agents ramming their car into a fence surrounding the home.
Wow. And I saw the SWAT and I saw the big truck that they destroy everything. Like, we used to have one in the army, those ones, they break everything.
Witnesses described seeing the big truck. They destroyed everything and hearing boom, 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 boom. As federal agents had to use an overwhelming amount of force to arrest somebody who had been released just 2 weeks earlier. 2 children were removed from the house during this operation, showing how this criminal was endangering innocent kids by his presence in the community. Now let's talk about how the system is trying to justify this particular disaster. Mass trial courts pointed to the Lavallee Rule as the reason for Cabal's release, but they won't comment on the specific circumstances because it's a pending case.
Mass State Police say a bail clerk released Cabral on personal recognizance within days of the August 31st arrest. And according to the docket, that release happened September 2nd.
The U.S. Attorney's Office also won't comment on the circumstance around his arrest and release. This is classic bureaucratic buck passing. Everyone has an excuse, but nobody takes responsibility.
Massachusetts is horrible with that.
A violent gang member back on the streets where he could have killed innocent people. The public defender strike has created a situation where violent criminals are being released, not because they're innocent, not because they're not dangerous, but because there's no lawyers available to represent them. This is insanity disguised as constitutional protection. This case represents a much bigger problem on how liberal policies prioritize criminal rights over public safety. The Lavallee Rule was designed to protect defendants for indefinite detention, but it's being exploited to release dangerous criminals back into communities.
Now we are now seeing people cleaning up what's left over here. Over the course of the investigation, federal investigators say they searched vehicles that were associated with Cabral and found thousands in cash, jewelry, drugs, black ski masks, and among other things.
This wasn't some low-level offender. This was a sophisticated criminal operation that was allowed to continue operating because of legal technicalities. The public defender strike has created hundreds of similar cases where violent criminals are being released because there's no attorney to represent them. How many other Cabrals are walking around free right now because the system is so broken? Meanwhile, law-abiding citizens in Lawrence had to endure a federal tactical operation in their neighborhood because the state system failed to keep dangerous criminals locked up. America America, this Luis Jose Navarre Cabral case shows you exactly what happens when the justice system prioritizes bureaucracy over public safety. A violent gang member who shoots at police, commits home invasions, and traffics fentanyl was released twice because of a legal technicality designed to protect defendant rights. The LaVeille rule and the public defender strike have created a perfect storm where dangerous criminals are walking free, not because they're innocent, but because there's no lawyers available to represent them. This is constitutional protection taken to an absurd extreme and endangers innocent people. Federal agents had to use flashbangs, battering rams, and tactical vehicles to arrest someone who should have been in jail the entire time. Children had to be evacuated from houses because a violent criminal was allowed to roam free in their community. This is what happens when liberal policies prioritize criminal rights over victim safety. This is what happens when bureaucratic rules become more important than protecting innocent people from violent predators. Massachusetts needs to fix this rule, and they need to fix it immediately. Violent gang members who shoot at police should be released regardless of attorney availability. Public safety must come before legal technicality. The residents of Lawrence deserve better than a system that releases dangerous criminals and then requires federal tactical operations to clean up the mess. They deserve leaders who understand protecting innocent people is more important than protecting criminals' procedural rights. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Really cool upload there. And I gotta Massachusetts. I live right next to Massachusetts. I'm in Connecticut, so it's just about a 35-minute drive, and I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts, on the western side. They ain't changing shit. That state's already corrupt to the max. So is Connecticut and Rhode Island and New York. They just infiltrated up here, and they're all over the place, and they're not changing no rules, no nothing. These people don't believe in rules. They don't even believe their own rules that they put out to the public. So it's like it is what it is, you know. It's just bullshit. Let me set up a few things here to watch. Let's go ahead. I want to see this one, so let me resize all of these here real quick, because I do have a few that I want to watch. This is the first time me watching it, so we're watching it together. But I have to resize them all. And this one too. Okay, so now that we got that resized, let me go ahead and I hope you're having a good start to your weekend. For me, it's woke up really early. I woke up a couple of times at night, couldn't really sleep well. So I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I have my coffee here, so drink up. Freaking good. Yummy. Did we get to see this one? I'm not sure we saw this one. I gotta open up another Tyson de la Cruz. We did see this one, but I would like to see it again. Okay, let me okay, let's see. Where am I gonna take this? Oh, where am I gonna take this? We will watch another Tyson de la Cruz. We have another Tyson de la Cruz to watch. I definitely gotta work on the paranormal, to watch a little bit of the paranormal. So just bear with me while I get all this set up for us. Okay, what is this one? Okay, that's that one. All right, let's see this one. I got two back to back. Let's see. Let's check this one. I want to see this one. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and hit play here. Let's watch.
Kirk suspect's grandma says family is all MAGA.
Can assure you that the 22-year-old man, Tyler Robinson, that murdered Charlie Kirk is not MAGA.
Trump called for a crackdown on the radical left, but right-wing extremists are responsible for more political violence.
All of the evidence that is being presented proves that he is a far leftist.
He creates a fictional problem while downplaying the real history of far-right violence against the American public, from the Oklahoma City bombing to January 6th.
I just want to give a warning there. We're not going to tolerate that anymore.
Recognize Ms. Crockett for unanimous consent.
Yes, Mr. Chair, since I wasn't allowed equal time to debate, I have a UC. It is from, it looks like Yahoo News.
I don't know why she's there.
It says, Charlie Kirk suspect's grandma says family is all MAGA.
Without objection, so ordered. Chair recognizes Ms. Green from Georgia.
Mr. Chair, remember I have a UC as well.
We'll recognize you next time. Chair, Ms. Green, it's your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can assure you that the 22-year-old man, Tyler Robinson, that murdered Charlie Kirk is not MAGA. His family may be Republican, but all of the evidence that is being presented proves that he is a far leftist, very much integrated in online groups that are linked to Antifa. He was in a relationship with a biological male, so-called furry, whatever that is transitioning to be a fake woman. He was not MAGA, not one bit. That is a complete lie. And it's an insult to every single Republican and person that identifies with those type of politics. We will not tolerate it. And that is the exact type of language that is getting many of us death threats day after day, and led to shootings on the baseball field where Steve Scalise was shot. This is what led to President Trump nearly being assassinated this past summer. This is what has led to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And so I just want to give a warning there. We're not going to tolerate that anymore. You know, something else we're not going to tolerate is crime. On August 11th, President Trump announced major steps to address the out-of-control crime in the district. Thank God, because this is my 5th year in Congress, and living in D.C. and working here has been a nightmare. It is. The crime is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And let's talk about some of that. Since President Trump thankfully brought in the National Guard, carjackings have decreased by 87%. Nearly 1,200 people have been arrested, including known members of MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. Those are both foreign terrorist organizations. By the way, many of them came across the border while Democrats controlled this country in the past 4 years. Federal law enforcement seized nearly 120 firearms and busted a drug trafficking ring attempting to smuggle fentanyl, PCP, and cocaine into D.C. A joint effort by ICE and MPD arrested an illegal alien previously charged with sex crimes against a child. D.C. went 12 days without a single homicide. Can you imagine that that's something that the National Guard had to be here to do? It's unbelievable to anybody that is right-minded. U.S. Attorney Pirro reported that 88% of arrests made between the start of the federal deployment on August 11th and August 25th resulted in charges being filed. This is substantially higher than in 2024, where the Biden-appointed U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves charged suspects only 57% of the time. That's because he was busy chasing down MAGA grandmas that went into the Capitol. So I've got a simple question for you. Mayor Bowser, do you prioritize criminals or the victims?
I prioritize law-abiding D.C. residents, visitors, and workers.
So that would be law-abiding citizens and victims. Do you support the police, Mayor Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Mendelson, do you prioritize criminals or victims of criminals?
I believe in swift and certain justice. And
no, I asked you either one. Victims of criminals, of crime, or the criminals themselves? Which one do you prioritize?
As I understand the question, victims.
Victims. Do you support the police, Mr. Mendelson?
Absolutely.
Okay, Mr. Schwab, I'll ask you the same questions.
Unfortunately, hurt people. So sometimes victims are victims one day and
So
are
you
perpetrators
prioritize the
next day.
criminals? Is that what you're saying over victims of crime?
Prioritize making up my city as safe as it can possibly
I'll take that as criminals. Do you support police, Mr. Schwab?
Of course, we work very closely with MPD every day.
Mr. Jackson, the same questions for you.
Definitely prioritize victims. And I stand with the 24 states that are suing the Trump administration for withholding $1 billion in victim service funds.
So you're against cleaning up crime in DC. Thank you for that. I've got an article here. The DC police union head is the biggest cheerleader of Trump's DC police takeover. So the police here in the district support the efforts and the help from the president. However, I've got a quote here from Mr. Mendelson. You call the union celebrating Trump's takeover just despicable. You literally attacked the police in your statements. You're calling
That's not correct.
The union supporting the president and the National Guard here, helping them every day on the streets. You're quoted as saying that's just despicable.
You're taking that out of context. I criticized the president of the FOP because he is a liar.
Oh, so you are against the police. Thank you for clearing that up.
No.
Also, I have one last thing, Mr. Chairman.
Of the FOP, not the police.
I reclaim my time. Lastly here, Mr.
Lady's
Mendelson.
time's expired. Lady's time's expired. Chair recognizes Mr. Bell.
Mr. Chairman, I have a UC request.
Okay, state your.
I would like to enter for the record.
All right, I'm sorry, Ms. Green. I recognize Bell. That's on me. I apologize. We'll get you on the next one.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I request unanimous consent to enter into the record the September 9th, 2025 article from the LA Times titled Kennedy Commission Child Health Report Ignores Gun Violence, the Leading Cause of Child Death, which calls out the Trump administration for ignoring
without objection
gun violence
ordered.
Kills more children in this country than any other cause, and the administration ought to be embarrassed by
Without objection, so ordered. And I think Ms. Crockett's next.
Do you have a UC?
I'll recognize Ms. Green, then Ms. Crockett. Ms. Green, do you have a unanimous consent request?
I do. Thank you. For the record, Phil Mendelson's post here says repealing our laws is not liberation. Republicans in Congress can't be trusted. They took $1 billion from us, are moving more than a dozen bills, rolling back home rule, and are trying to take away our elected independent attorney general and micromanaging our legislative process. I hope everybody watched Democrats vote against the vote that adds $1 billion back in for DC. Thank you.
Without objection to order, Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
Yes, I request unanimous consent to enter into the record the September 16th, 2025 article from Time titled Trump Called for a Crackdown on the Radical Left, but Right-Wing Extremists Are Responsible for More Political Violence, which calls out the game the president is playing, in which he creates a fictional problem while downplaying the real history of far-right violence against the American public.
The left never do anything.
Oklahoma City bombing,
The left is
to
always
January
innocent.
6th. I got another one.
So ordered.
All right, the next one is for
That's what she
it's
does.
an article from September 12th, 2025. Article is from
left
Democracy
never do
Docket
anything
titled
wrong.
I Couldn't Care Less. Trump's downplaying of right-wing violence continues long pattern, which calls out the game the president is playing, in which he creates a fictional problem while downplaying the real history of far-right violence against the American public.
Without objection to ordered.
She's a crock of shit. You know that? She's a pure big crock of shit. Like, so the left never committed any crimes. They're perfect. They walk around. They don't even need to wipe their ass because that's how clean they are. Okay. Right. Majority of the crime that's happening in this country is far left. I live in a far left state. And this far left state called Connecticut, the crime is up by like crazy amount. But yeah, we don't talk about it. We don't put it in the news because Connecticut is very little, and we don't want to put all that negative news up and into Washington so they could talk about us. No. we're good. The left are always good. They don't commit no crimes. They never commit no mortgage fraud. They never done anything crooked. They're just the most perfect piece of shit that they ever invented. There it is, the Democratic Party. The most perfect people ever that never hold themselves accountable. That's what the left is. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Let's go check out some more crazy stuff here. Let's check this out. What is this? Hey, get up the way, lady. Ooh, she's fighting back. Ooh, punch her out. Ooh, push her to the floor. Ah.
Oh my God.
You clown. You got pushed to the ground. You clown. You got pushed to the ground. Cry those little tears. What are you going to do? You're going to get back up? You're going to push you right back down.
You'll get it. Give me a sign. Give me a sign.
You're not going to sign nothing. Nobody's going to sign. You're going to get arrested. The pepper sprayed her in the face.
You're gonna need some shit. You already got me earlier. You have to. It's gonna get worse.
All these people need to get the fuck out of the way.
Get her up. Get her up. Get her up. Get her up.
They gotta still shoot them.
We're not threatening anyone. We're not threatening anyone.
We're not threatening anybody, but you're standing in the middle of the way. Get the fuck out the way. You need to arrest all these people. Get the fuck out the way. Especially the guy in the blue. Arrest that motherfucker.
That's good.
You're gonna arrest her. You're putting a peace sign. Look, you're putting a peace sign.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You said
You're gonna arrest him.
You got on the property. You tell me you're gonna beat her ass.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing? The one in the blue, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get the one in the blue. Look how they're blocking. Look at the lady there. You can throw her ass in jail too. Yeah, get out of the fucking way. He's under arrest. Obstruction. Assault on an officer. Bye-bye. Went to jail. She lost her Twitter.
Why do you think you're gonna be here?
Get the one in blue too. Kidnapping. Here's the talking points. Kidnapping.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, go back. What are you guys doing?
These people are stupid.
The woman shooter in her face.
This is look. They're not doing nothing wrong. You're not doing nothing wrong. They could choke her out. They could throw her on the ground. They could do whatever they want to detain her. They could use all the force that they need to detain her. So go play your violin somewhere else with your squeaky voice.
Back up, we gotta get the cars out. Who's in the car? Fascist! Back up, man.
Now other words are used. Fascist.
You're just doing your job.
Fascist.
You're just doing your job.
Why is she standing in the middle of the street?
You're not moving.
You're gonna have to arrest these people, man.
Back up from the vehicle. Back up from the vehicle. Back up from the vehicle.
Push him out the way. I would hit that kid in the face right there. Arrest him. What a clown.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Back up.
You're a fucking idiot.
Do not impede the vehicles. Get out of the way. Do not impede the vehicles. I don't give a fuck. Show me your face.
Boom. Throw his ass down.
Back up.
They're gonna throw his ass down again.
You're racist. What's your name? Be proud.
What are they
Be
fighting
proud.
for?
You fought. Be
If this is a
proud.
battle they wanna, this is the battle they want to fight. Is this truly the battle they want to fight?
You fascist.
Yo, you learn the word and now you keep using it, and you don't even know the meaning of fucking fascist, you dumbass. You're in jail.
Por favor, cabrones. Everybody, you can do this. We're with you. We're with you.
With you and what? These are being deported.
¡Ánimo, cabrones! ¡Ánimo! ¡Viva la raza, cabrones! ¡Demuestre que se puede!
Yo, we're gonna get rid of all these illegals.
¡Dale, señor!
So I don't know what
No
they're
pasa
talking
nada.
about.
¡Sigue adelante!
Stupid. People are so dumb.
It's gonna be so funny. 2 years, your ass will be on trial. And you're gonna get taken to jail. And it's gonna be funny as fuck.
Dummies.
Not that serious. It's
They're
gonna
like
be
fucking
funny
Barney
as
looking.
fuck.
Shooting right there. You get arrested. Look at it, look. I would have ran her over. I wouldn't wait. I would have knocked her ass over and kept going.
Be on trial in
The guy in the blue again. What the fuck is going on here?
Fuck you!
Get off the property.
Or what? You're gonna fucking kill me so you can take their fucking life?
Get off the property.
Dude,
It's a
the bad
fucking
bitch.
paintball gun, you fucking pussy! Come down
Yes,
here!
spray her with the paint gun.
What?
Keep hitting her.
Keep going, motherfucker!
Yeah, keep hitting her. Hey, this is every day. Citizens think that they could do something. These are illegal people. Why are you protecting the illegals? What is their purpose? Damn, he got hit hard. Look at that. Oh, they're injured. Oh, too bad. You shouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have not been injured. I don't feel sorry for you.
You're bastard! Look at me!
Look what he wrote in the sign. Lick my butthole. Look the rainbow flag. You know the rainbow flags are coming from. Shame on them. Shame on you. Stupid.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
They're so stupid, these people.
What community did you go to destroy today? Oh, it's coming down. Come on.
Yep, I hit him. Hit him more. Look. You're the guy in the blue. What an asshole. Like, why is he doing? Like, what is he doing? What are these people doing? It's crazy, man.
You're actually terrible. Hey, you guys have good aim. You're right there is horrible. You're right there. How can you not hit me?
You're a fascist up there.
I'm literally like,
You have a fascist.
oh my gosh.
You have a fascist. Fascist. That's the word I learned.
Get the fuck off my land!
Get off my land, motherfuckers. What land? You don't own no land. What land you own? Get the fuck off my land. You're so stupid. No, they get the most stupidest people. They give them like $25, and this is what you get. You get a reject protest. And the New York police won't do shit. Nope, they will not assist. And this is why we need the National Guard to back up ICE. You don't have clowns like this idiot right here. Look, all for pictures. Look, this is what it is. For fan photography. Get off my land. Here's the guy with the blue. You throw his ass in jail. I hope they got him and throw him in jail.
We gotta get your eyes right so you can come back. We gotta get you right so you can come back. We can bring you back in 5 minutes. We gotta get you right so you can come back.
You're pathetic. Your country is ashamed of you.
Oh, he's part of the club.
God is watching you.
God is watching. God is watching you too. God is watching all y'all.
God is watching you.
God is
and you will
watching
pay
you.
for
And
this.
they don't listen to themselves.
Come to the timeout because they're
God
gonna
is
keep shooting
watching you, and nobody needs to pay attention here. They're like, listen to their own words. Of course, you got all the freaks here. Put your water in your eyes. All the of course, take your videos, take your pictures, make sure you take your pictures, make sure you take videos, because, you know, a man of the cloth, you gotta put some water in his eyes. Oh, here it goes again, these people. They're gonna push you down to the ground, you're gonna get arrested. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Look, that's what they want. Flash photography. They only want pictures. They only want, you know, the talking points. So they can sell it to the media. Look how aggressive they were with them. Look how they hurt us. Bitch, you shouldn't have been there. Push her down. Yep. Push her down.
Back up now. We are watching you. We are watching you. We are watching you.
We are watching you. God is watching you. Obama is watching you. Oh, wait. Obama for sure. Oh, no. We're all watching you.
Listen. They should really put the LGBTQ on the terrorist watch list. They need to put that group on the terrorist watch list, especially the trans and the queers. Yeah, definitely got to put them in a watch list.
I'm a handicap. And I want to sit here and protest.
Isn't this crazy? That's a great way to get up. Get a foot up your ass and drink some coffee. What a great way to wake up. Idle.
Another one bites the dust. Another one they're taking down. I think the penalty should be a little harsher if you're interfering in ICE operations. I'm just saying.
Yo, why you punching him? Stop punching him! Hey, make sure to keep his airway free, all right? I know y'all don't like
Now you gonna tell them what to do and how to do their job? Oh, shut up. Did you go to training?
You're choking him. Let him breathe. Don't touch him that way. Make sure you don't hurt him. No justice, no peace. Fashion. You're all fashion.
I'm not out there leading these people like that. You seem like a leader of this group. So.
I'm just here with everybody else, my man.
Don't let him throw shit.
I'm just here like everybody else.
I get you.
And I know you're talking to me right now because I know you know that this doesn't have to be the same. I know you know this doesn't have to be the same. And you don't have to
You can't be there, man. This is not a battle to be fought. This is a war that we're trying to win. And it's trying to get the illegal who infiltrated our country out of here. And you have these stupid libtards that come in here and want to dictate.
Please, no justice, no peace. You traitor. You're fascist. You're Donald Trump lover. You love Trump.
That dude is fucking cool, dude. If I could have had a debate going like that, I would feel pretty good about the man. Well, what did they get on the call? I recognize this. All right, boys. The TD bar off for fucking stairs. I'll be right there.
No fascist. Nothing.
That's how you do it, screaming. Looks like shit.
Let them go! Let them go now!
Chicago. This isn't Chicago. This is Chicago field office. Wow.
Now been submitted.
All these people need to be arrested.
With the names of Breonna Taylor.
This is what you call interference. Interference, obstruction. There's a lot of charges you could charge these people with. No justice, no peace. Oh my God, you're fascist! Fascist! That's the new word of the year. Fascist. Right. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? If not, I suggest you do. Because let me tell you something. Everything that you're saying, it basically is you. You know, you're self-describing yourself to these authorities. And the fact that I'm not giving up, but I give up on humanity. I'm telling you, I'm rooting for the asteroid. When I say I'm rooting for the asteroid, I am rooting for the fucking asteroid to hit us. These people don't deserve it. Every day it's always a new clown show with these people. Never any justice and peace and all this craziness. You know, it's just, you know, it's like they don't know how to lose. They don't know how to shut up. They think they're doing something for our country and progressing our country, which they're not. They're slowing everything down and they're making it a lot harder for this country to actually rebound. You got all these lefties going out to these, ICE agents and going out to their facilities and protesting and doing all this craziness. Who pays them, right? I'm sure they're not doing this voluntarily. You got to make money, right? Because you got to pay bills, you got things to do, you got a life to live, and it costs money to live your life. And the fact that you have these same people out every single day for hours upon hours, like, who's giving them money? Who's paying them? We need to follow who's giving these guys any incentives and money for these protests, because I just believe, listen, you follow the money, you follow who is the one funding it. And hey, I tell you this, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. A lot worse before it gets better. So let's see, what are we going to watch next? Let's watch this crazy story. Let me see this one. See what this one is about. And we're going to watch it here together.
Who's the driver? You the driver? Yeah. Can you tell me just really quick what happened?
I was coming this way, and he's just passing through, and he pulled out from here, or no, from there, I think.
Do you remember which lane you were in?
I was in one of those two lanes going this way. I think in the right, in the rightmost lane coming this way.
Okay.
And he would have been there going left. And
This is the guy that killed Charlie.
And I T-boned into the side.
Okay. Do you remember looking at the light?
Yeah, it just turned yellow as I was getting into the intersection.
Gotcha. Okay, are either one of you injured in any way, shape, or form? No, nothing hurts? Okay, do you have your registration and proof of insurance on your vehicle?
Same address. Just so he's a passenger.
Okay.
His insurance, mom's on the way. He doesn't have a copy right now, right?
Okay. That'll work out. I'll just go ahead and.
Do you need to be on speaker? He's got his brochure pull up on his phone. I just have the picture of it if you want me to text it to you.
Yeah, just text it to me. That'll work out. There you go, bud.
Thanks.
All right. And then, did you get a record coming for this?
Yeah, I got one coming for this one.
Okay. He's going to need one too. He's a little leaking. Did you get one for this guy as well?
Yeah.
Patrol 313. We're going to need a record for the 6 Juliet Fox as well.
Oh, wow. That's a big hit. Yeah, it's a big crash.
Your mom's on her way?
Yeah, she's going to be a minute. She's got to shuttle over from where she's at to her car and then drive over.
Gotcha. Okay, what I need you to do is just fill out this witness statement for me. This is just your identifying information. Down here, put exactly what you told me that happened. Are you brothers or friends?
Yeah.
Okay, I just need his, down here, just put name, date of birth, your address, and your phone number. That work just right down here. I have to list him as a passenger. Okay, are you injured in any way, shape, or form? No? Okay. Perfect. Okay, just give us a couple of minutes and we'll get the paperwork. All right? And we're going to have a tow truck come and get your car since you're leaking fluids. You're not going to last too long.
Just as I left the house, put oil in.
Of course.
Just topped it up.
Welcome to real life. Yeah, that's Murphy. He's working. All right, guys. Hang tight. Hey, buddy, y'all done?
I need a sign in front of you?
Yes, please. Okay. Did you make any statements to him after the incident happened?
I said, "Are you all right?" And then as we pulled up here, I had him check on them.
Okay. All right. Did you make a statement saying that it was your fault?
No.
What's that?
No. When I got out, I was worried. So I just went out. I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't your fault. It was our fault. We were both messed up." And I first went up to him to check on him.
Okay. You said that to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you mean by that?
I think it was just.
I need a coffee refill.
Trying not to
Okay. 'Cause
I'll
you guys
be
have
right
a couple
back.
different versions about what happened. So we had a third party witness that watched the entire thing. I'm just trying to clarify your guys' story a little bit. So you're heading
from that rightmost through lane through the intersection. And maybe a second or so before I reached the intersection, the light changed yellow.
Okay, you remember looking at the light?
Yeah, I was looking up at the light just before getting there.
Okay.
I saw it shift yellow. And as I get into the intersection, there was a vehicle in the lane between like the leftmost through lane that was forward some.
So people on the side of you were slowing down to a stop.
I had seen someone slowing down and I wondered why they had slowed so much.
Okay.
But
why do you think that they were slowing down?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Maybe because the light was turning red?
Well, I was close enough to the light that I would end up in the intersection if I'd have tried to brake from that speed.
Okay.
I was going the speed limit. I just made sure.
Okay. How long was that? Like, when did you last check your speed?
Probably back maybe halfway down that road to that where it curves. Maybe halfway down that distance.
Okay.
Just looked.
Gotcha. All right. 1 second. Is your mom almost here? Or?
I'm not sure. She had the shuttle from where she works to the car.
Is she not able to just send you a text message of a picture of the? I just need a picture of the insurance card.
Just pulled in. That's
Okay.
her.
Perfect. All right, buddy, here's your information back here. So this is a driver exchange form. This has all of his vehicle information and all your vehicle information, okay? The most important number on this piece of paper is this one right here, top left. This is your case number, incident number, all that stuff, okay? That's the number that the report will be filed under, all right? When you contact your insurance company, that's the number they're going to ask for right there, okay? So I am not issuing citations today because I can't prove one way or the other about exactly what happened. Okay? So if your light is yellow, then he didn't yield. If your light was red, okay, and you sped up to make the red light, then that's your bad. Does that make sense? Yeah. I have a third-party witness. There's just we're like seconds. I just can't. I'm not comfortable with citing anybody because I don't know exactly what happened. Okay. All right. So, do you have any questions about that? No. No. Okay. Mom, do you have any questions? Since you'll probably be taking care of this.
I will be taking care of this, and this is all new for me, but we'll figure it out.
All right. So basically, just call your insurance company. Let them know he's involved in an accident. They'll ask for this number. Okay, and then just kind of go from there. They'll help you out. They'll do whatever insurance companies do. Okay. All right.
I was told it was going to tell us where the car is.
So you just failed that. Let me get you some information really quick. I'll write down the record information for you.
Wow. That's the first time we saw the mother. That's the first time we saw Tyler Robinson's mother. Like, let's go back here for a second. Because they always talk about the family and who turned in Tyler. And they're trying to go with the father, saying the father turned them in and everything, but this is the mother right here. This is the first time ever seeing the mother, and the way that she was kind of like protective of her son. You know, it's like it screams mama bear. But did she really turn in her son and convinced her son to go to jail? I'm pretty sure, you know, this is all ongoing, but this is a clear video back in 2022 when this accident happened. It says here May 31st of 2022, and it happened around 5:17 in the afternoon. So yeah, this is just very, very awkward. The mom here, the son standing right here. It's pretty cool that they kept the videos and they harvest these videos, and they that's why a lot of these police cameras that they have, those videos gets put into a cloud, and the cloud is forever. That cloud, they can hold all the videos every day for as long as they want. They can hold those videos to a certain point. Then they'll throw them out. You know, if it has no like, if they don't need it after a certain amount of time, it'll get deleted and taken off the servers. But good thing they went back and they saw that video, because I didn't even know what she looked like until that when that happened. That's wild. Let's see what this story is about here. Oh, AOC. Fucking AOC. I can't stand her. There's one of these mornings that I just cannot stand AOC.
Herself voted no on today's resolution, joining 57 other Democrats. She did condemn Kirk's assassination before using her speech to drag his legacy through the mud. Listen here.
Crazy.
Charlie Kirk's assassination was a horrific and vile attack. And the majority proceeded with a resolution that brings great pain to the millions of Americans who endured segregation, Jim Crow, and the legacy of bigotry today. His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans.
She sounds
and David Avella, GOPAC
stupid.
chairman, and Michael LaRosa, Democrat strategist and former press secretary to Jill Biden. Thanks to both of you for being here. David, to you first, what is your reaction to what you just heard from her on the House floor?
Despicable.
Well, what the Congresswoman is suggesting, Sandra, is that no one should get a resolution before Congress that praises their life or certainly condemns their death. It's unfortunate that she's chosen to make a political stand on the floor of the House when it's simply trying to honor someone who was killed in cold blood.
I mean, do you think there will be any condemnation from her colleagues, her Democrat colleagues on that, David?
Probably not the 56 that voted with her, and probably not even from those House Democrats who did vote for it, it's unfortunate, but America will survive despite her hateful rhetoric.
All right. So as far as AOC, she went on the House floor. I'll play this out. Here's how she describes who she thinks Charlie Kirk was. Listen.
Oh, Lord.
We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. A man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted Black Americans the right to vote was a mistake.
You're the
The
mistake.
violent attack on Paul Pelosi claimed that, quote, some amazing
Who writes her her speaking
unquote,
points?
should bail out his brutal assailant.
Who writes
And
this shit?
accused Jews of controlling, quote, not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it.
It's you.
So, I mean, Michael, was this necessary? Why did she go this direction? And by the way, the dozens of Democrats that voted against the resolution to honor Charlie Kirk, 95 yes votes. This is the tally. Okay. 38 present, 22 didn't vote. What's going on here?
I don't know. I don't think she regrets it. I think this is how she feels. I think, unfortunately, it's probably a reflection of how a broad base of Democrats do feel about Mr. Kirk. I feel like that was a really insensitive time to do it. And somewhat unseemly to go to the House at this time to do that. There'll be plenty of time to, criticize his positions and debate his legacy later. But I frankly found that really insensitive and a really divisive way to sort of continue the sort of back and forth we're having and not bringing the temperature down, but bringing it up. I didn't think it was necessary at all.
Is it fair to say you regret the outcome of the vote? You regret the comments of AOC on that House floor. This is Hakeem Jeffries, by the way, leader in the Democrat Party. Before the vote, dodged when he was asked by our own Chad Pergram, what if Democrats vote against this? Here was his response.
Democrats, what if they vote present or no on the Kirk resolution, and does that continue to raise the temperature here?
We issued a statement as it relates to political violence in America.
But isn't that a bad look if people vote no or present?
The statement speaks for itself. No single member of the House Democratic Caucus, not a single member, condones political violence in America.
David, I mean, that was a dodge.
It was a complete dodge. I suppose if you're trying to figure out an outcome out of this whole comment is you got 58 House Democrats who are ready to be part of the uncivil caucus. As we are trying to have a more civil discussion in this country, there's 58 that aren't interested in participating in a civil discussion. And it's unfortunate. Look, the best thing Republicans could do right now is just let the Democrats talk. Show voters who they really are. We don't need to get in the middle of this. Show voters who Democrats are. In 2026, we'll see a whole lot more Republicans sitting in Congress, and maybe a few of those 58 who voted as they did today will be gone.
I'll end with this, Michael. This is Rep. Maxwell at a news conference yesterday. Maxwell Frost claiming fascism is here. Listen.
The president and his lapdogs here in the United States Congress, the vice president, the FCC chair, the attorney general, secretary of state, and congressional Republicans are implementing a dangerous agenda to punish their opposition. Fascism is not on the way. It is here.
So, Michael, final thought to you on this. After everything we just heard from AOC, Hakeem Jeffries, and now that, what does this tell us about any change from Democrats or any change in the overall temp in this country?
Look, it's bad politics. And those are the kind of Democrats that are really going to jeopardize the good chance Democrats have of taking back the House next year. This rhetoric, aside from desecrating history and cheapening the meaning of really bloody events in our history, like my Sicilian grandparents might have something to say about fleeing Mussolini's Italy. And they would love to talk about sort of what real fascism is. And we're really cheapening the memories of those who suffered from Hitler and Franco. It does a disservice, but it's just bad politics because it doesn't work. Democrats, the vast majority, our silent majority of Democrats, rejected a lot of that rhetoric because they simply don't believe it. If you want to win the Pennsylvania 7th, Pennsylvania 8th, or the Colorado 8th, which Democrats lost, and we need to take back, that's not going to work. Democrats are just not buying that message.
David,
it's divisive.
David, I got 5 seconds. Real quick response.
He said it perfectly. I probably can't say any better. And what I somewhat referenced, this is a losing issue for Democrats, but the more they want to talk about it, I'm for it.
All right. I appreciate the discussion, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Michael, David, thank you. All right. Well, there you have it. John.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel.
Like how the media is acting. It seems like it's just not, something's not right. Something's just not right. What's going on with these people? It's just not right. Let me check this one out. Give me 1 sec. Let me just set it up. This is from We Got Receipts. She's a good one. Let's check out her video here that she uploaded. Let me just resize it and put it here. See, I gotta resize it. Okay. Do I have it right? Okay, here we go. Let's check this out together.
Are you ICE garbage? White women, if you see an immigration official, we're gonna get arrested. I'm happy to. Shame on you.
You have no business.
Yeah, you have no business. You go full DEFCON Karen. Show your face, man.
DEFCON Karen.
No.
More hysterical Karens effing around and finding out. Let's go.
Mom, let's go. Mom, who are you? What's your name? Are you ICE? Oh, you don't want me to take a picture of your face? Is that because you're ICE?
Oh, that's an officer.
Who are you?
Right there, what she's doing.
Who are you? What is this?
Put her in the,
what is all this?
Oh, you're touching his stuff?
What is this? Is this ICE?
Oh, no.
He
He needs to be arrested.
Are you some ICE piece of shit? Is that what you are? Because you won't say your name? Is that what you are? You some ice piece of shit? Are you some ice garbage person?
Why isn't he fighting back? I'm confused.
I know.
Is ice garbage? Is that what you are?
Womp womp. I think my favorite part was the daughter asking her to stop.
Mom, let's go.
Mom, please, let's go. You're nuts.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
No license plates on the front of the cars, blacked out windows.
Yeah, show your face, man.
Slide, Karen.
Show your face.
Wait, what did he say?
Face, man.
Slide, Karen.
Show your face. Show your face.
Off first.
You guys already got a picture of my face. Talking to citizens like that?
Yeah, talking to you like that.
No, please do not speak to people like that.
So they get to talk to him however they want, and then the second he fights back, it's game over. Damn, this dude just wrecked these ladies.
My face. Talking to citizens like that?
Talking to citizens like that? I thought they were fighting for illegal immigrants, and now they're like, dude, we're citizens. You need to speak to us nicely. What is that?
Yeah.
Citizen privilege?
You gotta fight back nicely.
Oh.
Oh, hell no. This
You
bitch
can't
is
be
done.
punching
Boom.
Don't
Slam.
punch cops. It's simple. You can't punch them. They're more armed
Oh,
than you.
hell no. Boom.
Yikes. Uh-oh.
That's well deserved.
Oh no.
If you throw a punch at an agent, they're gonna take you down.
Shoved back. Okay.
How many times they gotta shove this guy back and he keeps persisting?
Alternate angle.
How are they gonna arrest him?
Ah. Oh, it's over. Game over.
That looks like a chick.
It was like the slowest takedown I've ever seen. All right, so a lady was talking crap on some ICE agents, and he completely owned her, implying that she's fat.
Damn, you could choose to eat a salad.
Ooh, roasted. Ah, the legendary pink banshee.
Damn.
Let's see what happens to her. There she is in some kind of rave gear, just screaming at the cops.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Hi. We're taking America back, baby. Esto es para América. Los Estados Unidos es número uno.
Los Estados Unidos número uno. Orale. This lady pretends to be tripped by an ICE agent. Watch
Mexican American.
Yeah, she looked just like
Mexican American.
Why y'all letting her go? She looked just like her. Get her.
I just want to hear what she's saying. He won't let me do it. Try to listen.
They only got y'all to use y'all to translate, dummies.
Do you hear that liberal protester in the back saying the ICE agent's Hispanic, so like you should get deported too? Isn't that so racist, just saying that all Hispanic people are illegal? The liberals are the real racists, hands down. So this is where the lady pretends to trip.
So
Exactly.
now we're
you
going to
guys,
have
you
to.
guys are forcing the issue right now.
Yeah, so we're going to have to take her.
But I mean, like you stated, it's voluntary. But I don't think you guys are telling them that.
And she volunteered.
She did.
She did.
No, you did not tell her what her rights are.
you weren't there.
Ma'am, you weren't even there. Stop. All right. Stop interfering. You have no business.
Yeah, you have
This
no
is-
business
this is
here either.
illegal.
Go home. Go away.
Okay.
Go
We're-
away.
We are not conducting anything. We're not doing anything that we're not legally authorized to do.
All right, so she starts zooming in on the cop.
Con tu hijo. Si no, te vamos a tener que llevar y tienes que hacer arreglos para regresar para acá con tu hijo, que es más fácil. Te estoy tratando de ayudar.
Ma'am, you're able to record, but you're way too close to our office.
I have to hear what she's saying.
You don't need to hear it. You're not.
I need to hear what she's saying.
What is she doing?
Step back. You can record all you want. You just need to do it from over there.
I'm going to stand by this woman.
You don't need to touch her. You're now in the
I will
hearing.
stand.
Move away from the
stand by this
It's
woman.
not what you want.
I'm not able to hear what she's saying, and if I can't hear what
You
she's
can't
saying,
hear
she
because you're
doesn't
talking.
stop.
If you move over here,
If
I'll be
you
able
would
to hear
stop
it.
talking, I could record it.
Ma'am, please step over here. Please step over here.
Oh, you tricked me. You
Yeah.
tricked me.
Nice try.
You saw it?
Nice try.
Get out.
No. I see it. He put his foot right out.
She actually thinks she could just tell the Homeland Security investigations people, get out. No, not how it works, lady.
This man tricked me and made me move away. Shame on you, all of you. You belong in jail.
So this happened outside of a Home Depot in California. A bunch of Karens were surrounding some Border Patrol agents. One of the Karens actually threw a bottle at them and is now facing 8 years in prison.
Watch out.
Why the public is doing this? You know, these guys are doing their job to get these illegals out of our country, and you have these people that are just interfering. I feel like the people that are just around any operation, ICE operation, if you're just anywhere within like 20, 30 feet of them, you should be arrested for interference. Especially if you're protesting like this and getting in front of the ICE, like less than a foot away from them. I think that's automatic cause to be arrested for interfering.
Is that the only word they know in Spanish? Puto?
Yeah. It's the lady running. Oh, shit. Oh, that person threw a bottle. Where that guy is. They're gonna arrest his ass too. Why are they there screaming?
Get them off of my kid, motherfucker! We're gonna take you too if you don't back up.
We're gonna take you too if you don't back up.
That's my baby. Well, your baby just threw a bottle at federal agents, so he's going away.
What did he do? What did he do? Hey, let him go. What did he do? Stop resisting. Give us your hand. Give us your hand.
You guys cop?
What did he do?
Hey, lady, look, she's squaring up.
Hands up, suck your dick. Why are you jumping on my son? Don't tell me what to do. Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you? Oh, you're a super Karen? Like we unleashed the super Karens of the world? Back off. You're gonna go to jail. You want to go to jail too. These people don't even think the consequences of being arrested.
Back off. Don't tell me what to do, mother.
They're telling you what to do.
I'm not the fucking ripping throat out. Oh, so you guys can arrest people now?
Yes, they can.
Rip his throat out. Highly doubtful, especially since you're not wearing freaking pants.
Yeah, where are you? Who are you? You gotta tell me where my son's going.
They can arrest her.
Where my son is going.
To prison,
He's going to
dumbass.
prison. Yeah, he's going to jail.
No, he won't. You tell me. You tell me.
You tell me. Karen, hold on. Activate your Karen. Oh, it's a Karen. Report.
Where would that be? 300 Los Angeles. 300 Los Angeles? What kind of address is that?
What's the address? 123 eat shit.
I'm gonna find you getting your brother right now. You're my grandfather.
Grandfather, don't let the animals do. Look.
These grandmas need to get a job or something. They got a lot of free time on their hands.
You just walked right in front of me.
You don't have jurisdiction. Did she say that?
Okay, so
Don't
the
have
replay that this
jurisdiction.
person shows, this is obviously a biased caption producer, the person who made this video. They show this replay, which is after the shove. This is after this woman, the woman with the blurred out face, shoved the woman in the ponytail who's an ICE agent. So they're not showing the right part. So it looks like it was just off camera, and then you see the aftermath of it.
Push the ice off.
These white Karens, these old Karens, they think they can do whatever they want. They think they're completely untouchable just because they have TDS. They have immunity, legal immunity. Nope, not how it works.
Nope,
and so
that's
one of the
not how
other
it
ICE
works.
agents says, "Oh, do you want to press charges?" Oh, here we go.
Pushed her? Oh, she pushed me. So, okay. So you're gonna arrest her? Take my friend and leave. Why are you in this public area?
Yeah, she left because she knew.
She's trying to go to the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, she pushed it off.
You want to file charges? I can talk to you guys.
Sure, yeah.
So the old grandma was escaping to the elevator because she knew she just shoved an ICE officer, an ICE agent, and that is against federal law.
Yeah, she's over here.
Uh-oh. So they go and chase her down. Should be hard. Enough is enough. I'm gonna arrest you all. Perfect. Here, an ICE agent puts his hands on another elderly volunteer's injured arm to push her. No, she's trying to run into him.
Step out. Step out. Step out. Step out. I am. You're gonna do that. Broken wrist.
If your wrist was that bad, why are you out trying to assault federal agents at a courthouse? Sometimes
Exactly.
male Karens get roasted too.
Well, you guys are ruining this country. You know that, right?
Ruining the
Liberals already
country.
ruined it.
Liberals already ruined it.
Okay. Okay. Can we see some badge work, guys? Hey, guys, already ruined it. No number, no ID, no name. This is.
I like how these
Yeah, the police.
these
is a
people that are recording,
If you're
they
not
want
an
to
interested
play
party,
lawyer
you have no right to demand any
and
information
know
about
the
person being
rights
detained, etc. I like this
and
ICE
get to
agent's
interrogate
little rainbow.
ICE.
Something tells me that is also trolling the hell out of these protesters.
Yep.
These little bitches. F you.
Put the camera.
Hey, what the?
Hey, what the fuck?
Hey, why the fuck you guys touching people? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
He fucking touched me, bro. Hey, what the fuck? What is
He touched me.
I'm working, bro.
Hey, we're taking that.
So this dude in the blue vest, this Walmart worker, was on his break, and he stayed longer after his break was over to have basically a full-on fight with some ICE agents who were arresting some kind of, or detaining some kind of maintenance worker. But I like how he's like, he's an effing hard worker. And it's like, yeah, I guess unlike you.
I'm not doing shit, dude. Chill. I'm not doing shit. Hey, what the fuck, dude? You can't be doing that shit. This is my civil right. I can fucking record you if I want. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Look. Put it in the car.
Not if you're assaulting and coming up to the ICE.
Fuck you. Put him in the car. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
You could be a legal citizen, but if you're obstructing ICE from doing their job, you're getting arrested.
Exactly. It's called obstruction.
Hey, I got the shot over here. Don't worry about it. It's
That's
good. Do what the
great.
What kind of shit? They're putting hands on him, dude, and you're putting... That's bullshit.
Although, I guess if it's California, it's Border Patrol. Just to be accurate.
That's bullshit. Why are you guys putting hands on homie? Look at all these little bitches.
Wow, this is Border Patrol.
Yeah, he's gonna work it, bro. Don't worry. We got this shit. We got this shit. Fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys. Like, what? You make no sense. But if you go to jail, you have a record, it'll mess up your life. You know, it could cost like you to get a job. It could cost you a lot if you get arrested, especially if you're interfering.
We got you. Don't worry. We are back though. We're not doing shit. We're not doing shit. Please do.
You're not doing shit.
Hey, that's for work, bro. That's for work. Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? Don't touch me, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're the one pushing me.
He's a N-word.
You're the one pushing me.
Back right now.
Isn't that a little racist if he uses the N-word?
Oh, cause we're standing here recording you.
So the N-word is not offensive.
Is this how you guys work? Like a piece of
It's okay for the liberals to use the N-word.
Mask on, no license plate in the front.
No masses, no license plate in the front. They're fucking Border Patrol officers.
Ironically, the guy filming was calling everyone a coward, but the guy filming was too much of a coward to actually shove the officers, to full-on assault the officers. Otherwise, he'd be joining this Walmart break escapee in jail.
Yep.
Are you Immigration Customs Enforcement?
We have a warrant for arrest. Yes, we do.
Well, I'd like to see your arrest.
You need to back up.
Who are you? I need to see it.
You have no right to see anything.
You don't have right to
so
see anything.
She took, it looks like almost a half a minute to figure out how to turn her camera around on her phone already. But I like how the officer says, you don't have a right to see anything. Pretty obvious.
Are you Immigration Customs Enforcement?
Yes, look right here. See?
I want to see your warrant.
You are not an officer.
I want to see your warrant.
I want to see your warrant. Who are you? You're
The
nobody.
door closed.
So this Karen was already arrested and she's trying to get arrested again.
Keep the door closed. Do not answer the door. Keep your door closed. Immigration Customs Enforcement is in the neighborhood. If you are an immigrant, stay home.
Look, Karen
They do
alert.
not have a warrant. They don't belong in your house, and they don't have a warrant.
This is the Karen alert.
Not showing the warrant to you and not having a warrant are two different things.
Enforcement is in the neighborhood. Immigration
Neighborhood.
Customs Enforcement
Karen.
is in the neighborhood. If you are an immigrant,
Unite.
stay home.
Karen.
Do not touch me.
Come together
Do not
and
touch
unite.
me. Do not touch me.
We
This
need
is
all
this is public
super
property. This
Karens
is public property.
activated.
That's great. Shame on all of you. Shame on
on
every single
you.
one of you.
Where's he walking to?
No, this is not. No, you don't have a warrant. You don't have a warrant.
You don't have a
Show
warrant.
me.
You don't have a warrant.
Show me. Show me your warrant.
Show
Every
me.
single
Like,
one of
who
you.
are
Hey,
you?
show me your
To be
warrant.
shown a warrant.
Shame. Stay in your house.
Who
Are you okay?
is she to? You have to show a warrant to.
Whoever's in the house.
No, he's not okay. He's under arrest.
They're not entitled to your private spaces. These
What
people
the
are
hell?
thugs. They're abductors. Shame.
Listen, if you're illegal, there's no
Yes,
such
I'm
thing
happy to.
as invading
Shame
a
on you.
private
Shame on
space.
you. You're
The space
fascist.
you're in is
Shame
not
on
your
you.
space.
Shame on you.
You're
Shame.
illegal.
Look at them. What's your name?
What's
your
your
name
name?
and badge number? Do not
What's
push
your
me.
badge
Do not
number?
push me. Do not
Like,
touch me. Do not have any
This crazy,
constitutional right.
crazy lips. Oh, he's got a camera recording back.
Constitutional right
That's
to
funny.
record. Shame on you. Shame on you. What's your name? What's your badge
What's your
number?
name? What's your badge
Where's your
number?
badge number? Absolutely. You guys could be anything. We don't know.
You
We
guys
wanna
could
see
be
your badge number.
anything.
We want to see your badge number.
And who are you?
What's
You
your
could be
name?
anything.
Dude.
How about
You know that.
who
Why
are
are
you?
you doing
Jordan
that?
Ferrer.
You be
Jordan
quiet.
Ferrer.
You too. You too. Shame on you. Do you have a family? Do you have a family? Do you have a family? Because all
You
these
got a
people have,
family?
you have a
The Super
constitutional
Karen
right to
alert.
You're totally okay.
We have
You
another
a constitution-
Karen.
No, absolutely.
United.
Yeah. This is public space. You have a right to
Double.
record. Yep.
I like how she
Double.
asked for the guy's name and then he just laughs at her. What's your name and badge number? And he just goes, ha 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 ha.
What's your name?
So this lady just keeps going. She's completely out of control. And at one
Uh-oh.
point, she tries to cry and guilt trip a female agent. Let's just say it doesn't go as she was expecting.
But we're gonna protect our neighborhood because you are abductors. You are abductors. You're kidnappers.
abductors.
And look, there's even a woman. How shameful. shameful. Do you have kids, ma'am? Do you have kids? Can I ask you your name? Just looking at your badge number here. Can I have your badge number?
Is she interviewing these people?
3015. Do you have kids, ma'am? I understand why you have to cover your face, because I would definitely cover my face if I'm doing something this shameful. Do you have a warrant?
Are you crazy?
Do you have a warrant? How can you look me in the eyes knowing that you are about to separate families and you're okay with that? I want to know how.
I don't think she's looking you in the eyes. I think she's looking wherever she was looking before, and you just happen to be in front of her.
Do you have any shame? No shame. Are you a mother?
Are you a mother?
Are you a sister?
Are you interrogating her? Who
No,
are
she was the
you?
product of immaculate conception, just like
What
Jesus.
type of interrogation
And you're
is
okay
this?
doing this? How much money are they paying you to sell your soul,
How
ma'am?
much is paying her
How much money?
to do this?
How much money?
Good
There are
enough
kids in there,
money.
ma'am. I know I'm talking to a mom. There are kids in there.
So
Do you have a heart?
the kids
You
could
can
go with
get
him
back in your
too.
car and you can leave, ma'am.
They all
Do you
illegal.
have
They could
heart?
go.
I'm talking to a mom. We're built differently. We're built differently. We're there to protect
Shut
our
up.
neighbors. Why? Why would you join this? How
Shut
much
up.
money? How much money to sell your soul, ma'am?
Oh my
How much
God.
money was enough to sell your soul? It's no excuse. Everyone needs to feed their kids, and so do they. But you shouldn't sell your soul. You
What?
should
And the Oscar goes to
sell your soul. Why don't you just leave and let them do the crappy work and we call them out? You're a woman. I expect better from you. Shit, am I not reaching you at all? Ma'am, am I not reaching you at all?
Not at all. Those eyes. This lady's probably thinking about how much violence she could get away with against you.
Ma'am, am I not reaching you at all? Is there no heart in there at all? Wow.
This is within our rights to exercise.
Then she looks her up and down with the camera. It's a little invasive. I like how
Yeah,
this
I
lady
know,
really
right?
thought if she went up to another woman and started crying that she could get that woman to instantly quit her job and join her anti-ICE Karen brigade. These people are nuts. So yeah, spoiler alert, she got arrested a second time.
Yes.
Back off! Touch me! Back the Back the Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
You're gonna get touched federally. You're gonna get touched federally. Back up. Back up. Back
I'm
up.
not doing
Back
anything.
up.
You're gonna get touched federally. Perfect.
I'm backing up.
Back up.
I'm not doing anything. I'm backing up. I'm not doing
Back
anything.
up.
I'm backing
Back
up.
up. Back up.
I'm backing up.
You're gonna get OC spray. Back up.
I'm backing up.
You're gonna get OC spray. Back up.
I'm backing up. What the fuck am I doing?
Keep going. Keep going.
Look out!
Get your butt out of here.
What's your name? What's your number?
Could I have your name and badge number, officer? Could I have your name and badge number?
Everybody, name and badge number. That's stupid. Like, you gonna do anything with that? What are you gonna do with a name and badge number?
What exactly are they gonna do with the name and badge number?
Oh
Report
my
them
God, I
to
just said that
HR?
too.
Okay,
That's awesome.
So backstory: this cop right here looks at this white lady's keffiyeh, the Palestinian headscarf thing, and says, "Oh, is that cultural appropriation because you're white?"
You think that's appropriating culture? Okay, in one way. How is that appropriating Palestinian culture? How is my wearing a keffiyeh appropriating Palestinian culture? You're the one who said it. You're the one who said I was appropriating Palestinian culture by wearing a keffiyeh scarf. I support Palestinians. And so I am appreciating Palestinians. And I agree with Palestinians. Yeah. How is wearing a scarf given to me, in fact, by my Palestinian friends? Because I stand in solidarity against it.
No, she has to specify that the Palestinians gave it to her. This cop knows he's just throwing their own arguments back at them. He clearly doesn't care. But I love how she's so triggered that she's like, no, the Palestinians gave it to me. Like she's trying to justify it or excuse it. Like she didn't just buy it from a Claire's or buy it from like eBay or something. It's too easy to trigger these people. But at least she's not using that megaphone with that horrible, grating voice.
Boom. That's right. Pushing the fuck out.
Think of your grandparents. Love what they say.
Think of your grandparents. What would they say?
What the hell these people are doing? Hell, get off.
Bro was
They
hanging on to
shouldn't
the
be in
car
front of
like
the
he was trying to
car.
leave Afghanistan. I also like how that other dude thought that a bike would stop a car. Idiots.
What are they doing this? Like what?
That lady in the back saying he has tear gas was onto something, but I do love how all these people in their little Lululemon gear just standing out there getting tear gas. I'm sure they care a lot about their health, yet they're breathing in harmful chemicals for no practical reason. Holy crap, ICE has a job fair?
We are at a recruitment fair for ICE.
Wow.
I want to talk to folks and see who wants to be a deportation officer and why.
I'm a college student, recently graduated, former flight attendant.
I did 8 years in the Marine Corps. Doors haven't even opened yet, and already there's a line of more than 100 people waiting to get in. I saw this event advertised on
Join
ICE's
ICE.
social media account. The benefits they're offering are pretty extensive. There's an up to $50,000 signing bonus,
Woo!
$60,000
I
in
would
student
apply
debt
too.
reduction, up
I
to
would have gotten hired.
25%
You know that,
overtime
right?
rate. The Trump administration is
I would've
adding
gotten-
tens of billions of dollars to the budget and is trying to make immigration enforcement really the center of law enforcement in this country right now.
So it's particularly ironic that all these people, all these protesters are so up in arms about deportations under the Trump administration. Where were they during Clinton, Bush, Obama, or even Biden? Fun fact, under Clinton, both of his terms, they deported 11.4 million people. Under Bush, for both of his two terms, they deported 10.3 million people. Under Obama, over the course of 8 years, two terms, 5.3 million people, substantially less, actually. And under Trump's first term, they only deported 2 million people, less than half of Obama's lowered number of deportations. Under the Biden administration, the deportations spiked in just 4 years to 4.7 million people. This is mainly because of Title 42, which essentially allowed the government, Title 42 is a holdover from the Trump administration. It allowed the government to quickly expel migrants without processing their immigration or asylum claims out of concern for not spreading COVID. But 4.7 million deportations under Biden's 4 years versus 2 million deportations under the previous Trump term is something I don't think a lot of people know about. I don't think a lot of people understand. The reason why deportations were so high under Biden, not just because of COVID, it was also because they're letting in so many people across the border that the deportations just became a drop in the bucket by comparison to how many they let in. But they still deported well over double than Trump deported during his first term. The Trump border, the other day, I remember seeing a figure that said only 20 people have come across the border. So they've effectively shut it down. I'm talking about the southern border, of course. If these people really gave a shit about deportations, where were they? Where have they been? If you encounter someone in real life who's one of these nut jobs, hit them with some of those facts and just see what they say. Spoiler alert, you're gonna humiliate them. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Oh, that was cool. I kind of really like her channel. She's she brings the receipts, you know what I mean? And she brought those receipts. Oh boy. Oh, this morning. Hope you guys are having a good, beautiful early morning, Saturday morning. I'm just going through some stuff here. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, got that. We got, let's see. Let's watch this over here. I haven't seen these, so I'm like picking which story I want to watch. So for those who are rewatching, thank you for rewatching, or you know, I truly appreciate it. I know you couldn't make it on time to watch the show so early in the morning. It's hey, I had woken up early and had the energy to want to come on here and do a makeup show for yesterday because I missed yesterday Wake and Bake. I felt so bad, but I was so tired. I was like, it's okay. They'll understand, I hope. Let's see. Okay, which one are we watching? Okay, yeah, let's watch this one.
Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kaylee McEnany here with my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Emily Campagno. Also joining us, Tommy Lahren, co-host of the Big Weekend Show. We can't wait for that this Saturday and Sunday. And host of Tommy Lahren is Fearless on Outkick. And Charles Payne, host of Making Money on Fox Business. Let's start here on this Friday. Jimmy Kimmel may be off the air, but the fallout from his suspension is growing and growing. Kimmel was spotted in Los Angeles for the first time since his show went dark. And there are protesters that gathered outside the lot of ABC's parent company, Disney, demanding that Kimmel be brought back. They're saying his suspension is an attack on free speech, even as we learn more about the financial implications of Kimmel's comments. The Wall Street Journal reporting on Disney's decision, saying that advertisers and affiliates soon called the network expressing concern about Kimmel's show. According to Nielsen ratings, Jimmy Kimmel Live had been on a steady decline for years. After a big bump in 2013, when he changed his time slot, his ratings, however, have been falling dramatically. I mean, Charles, look at that.
Yeah.
This is a business, and you see that it's just a steady decline year over year over year, and yet people are dumbfounded about this.
Yeah, you don't have to be a financial analyst to say that that's bad, right?
Right.
So, I mean, and here's the thing, and there's a group of people who actually say, hey, this was the perfect opportunity for Disney to make a move they probably wanted to make anyway. You know, looking at this chart, ultimately it's a business, right? And let's not forget, this is Disney. Disney stock, folks, was $197 a share March of 2021 when they embraced the whole woke thing. They and now it's $122 a share. Think about that for a moment. This is 4 years later. We started today with the stock market at an all-time high. A company that was supposed to be invincible. They had the amusement parks. They have the movies. They have TV. It was supposed to be one of the most invincible blue chip names out there. A can't miss stock. A can't miss company. No one could beat them. And here they are. The stock is down dramatically as the rest of the market has soared. And again, that's the lingering fallout from getting involved or being on the wrong side of these things. So they've learned a pretty valuable, expensive lesson already, their shareholders.
Very
those
expensive.
phone calls from advertisers, those phone calls from affiliates, it didn't take much to nudge them in this direction.
You know, Emily, and I really want to put this into perspective. You know, ABC is a network. They're on affiliates. They have a much broader potential reach of audience based on the number of TVs that ABC is available in. And you compare that to cable news, someone like Greg Gutfeld. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel averaging in August 1.1 million total viewers. Greg Gutfeld, 2.8 million, more than double. And Greg is on cable news.
Yeah, he's earned every single one of those viewers. I look at this
Hello,
simply
Joe.
as not only a business, but also as an at-will
He has
employment.
cheesy jokes.
And at the end of the
That
day,
makes it
if
funny.
we are responsible
Or
for
sometimes those
accuracy
jokes are
on
like-
air, and we are responsible, as we have
He's
learned
still
many times over in the
entertaining.
courts, for what our guests say also. So if you combine the two, the point is it's not just entertainment. There's no expectation or entitlement to employment if you are inaccurate and if you aren't serving your viewership. So we have the FCC chair coming out and essentially saying exactly that there's a disconnect between someone on air and the markets that they serve. But I think more importantly, what we saw is the climate, which was a plummeting ratings. We saw a host that invited half of the country to not watch his show because of political partisanship. And then we had on top of that an expectation that inaccuracies would fly, that anything would fly, when the reality is there is actually an expectation of excellence, of accuracy. So I'm not quite sure why freedom of speech comes into it, or those arguments, when this has nothing to do with the government whatsoever. This has to do with at-will employment and a contract that says if you aren't fulfilling your duties and if you aren't fulfilling the caliber of expectation for our viewership, for the clients we serve, then yes, sir, this is your last day
And
here.
by the way, there's a big difference between being in the middle of a newscast with live news and also, a guest saying something crazy that you weren't prepared for.
Right.
They're having prepared remarks.
Absolutely.
And knowing that
Great
you're
point.
going to really, he did this for a reason. I just don't think he got the expected result he wanted.
And Harris, the market started to speak. You had Sinclair saying, we're not going to broadcast this. There were dozens of individuals, affiliate stations saying, we want an apology from him. And then Nexstar. And then the Wall Street Journal reported this. Just listen to this sentence. So there's a demand of an apology. There's this call allegedly that took place with Kimmel. And then a person close to the show said that Kimmel was planning to say that his words were being purposefully twisted by some members of the Make America Great Again movement. So he had planned on going on TV and doubling down when his bosses were reportedly saying it's time to apologize. You're going against the bosses.
Yeah, so I kind of bottom line this, and that is that $1.6 billion deal that's in the wings now.
Yeah.
And you've got a guy that we've all talked about just right now, wasn't rating the way he should have been. There were lots of things about him that probably put him, as a target as a red line target on a contract. But he does have another show. It is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He did the anniversary show of that. I was looking for it on the schedule yesterday. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Are they negotiating some kind of an out for him? That deal matters. What do you know about it?
I don't know about that deal. Honestly, I've never watched a single episode of Kimmel or any of those shows.
But the 1.6 billion.
I mean, the number's high. All these numbers are high. I think that the thing, though, is that they want to right the ship, right? Because these have been lingered. These are mistakes they made. This week, Cracker Barrel came out with the earnings. The stock dived on that, right? The point here is that these mistakes that these woke companies, particularly in the entertainment industry, have learned a valuable lesson. I think for a while they thought maybe they can offset alienating half the nation by doing business in China. I think that was Starbucks. I think Nike and Starbucks kind of felt like, okay, whatever we lose here, we'll make up in China and other places. That's backfired on them, right? Nike stock is in the toilet 5 years later. Starbucks is struggling. So, you have to embrace your core audience and don't alienate them first and foremost as a business, really, as a communication business. It's it's Disney. I mean, this used to be like everyone would huddle around Sunday night. I was always bittersweet for me because I knew I had to go to school the next day, but still it was great that, it was part of Americana and they pushed that away.
Tommy, and the key demographic is 18 to 49. It's young people. And he had cratered among young people. I mean, again, just looking at the average, 129,000 in August, comparing that to Greg Gutfeld, 327,000. Young people were saying, we don't want to watch.
Right. Well, to your point, Charles, I think it's really important. As someone who grew up in the Midwest and Middle America, I am the audience, right? My family is your audience. It's not people that live in New York City or LA that go out to nightclubs at night or who have fancy restaurants. It's people in Middle America who spend their evenings at home with their family, maybe on the couch. That's your audience. You've offended most of your audience. And it's not just Kimmel. If you look at the award shows, their ratings have been cratering for years. People don't want to watch that anymore because they don't want to be lectured. People in Middle America that watch for the prestige and the glamour, they don't want to be lectured about politics, all right? And also, I would say Kamala Harris's campaign, a $1 billion campaign with celebrities and lights and fun and joy and coconuts and all this, right? It didn't translate to voters because you lost Middle America. And not just the middle of the country, but you lost middle-class Americans. Kimmel lost them a long time ago. And then to hear that he wasn't even planning to apologize, that to me is the kicker. There's a lot of grace and mercy for people in show business. If you just apologize and you even come off as maybe you kind of mean it. Yeah. But when you say, no, I'm going to say, actually, it's MAGA's fault again. I think that's where ABC took a step back and said, this guy is pretty disconnected from our audience and he has no intention of reconnecting.
Charles, there was in the Wall Street Journal report, 2 executives are the ones who said he would temporarily step down. Do you think he comes back?
It's 50-50, I would imagine. It's 50-50. It's hard to imagine that they will be able to curb they will never be able to curb his internal hatred for half the nation. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to say, how can you contain that then? How can that not come out from time to time? Right. So he's a liability. He's a liability that's no longer financial. He didn't just get that way. But at one point, that was the hip thing. Everyone thought it would work. Everyone thought it was OK. And they've learned what's now a very valuable lesson. It looks like they finally learned that lesson.
It was once the hip thing. Well, it is hip no longer. And footnote on that is Jimmy Kimmel.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-host Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at
if he's not making to bring in the audience and not bring in advertising money, because your ratings is what advertisers care about the most, right? Am I gonna, shell out this amount of money for that amount of people eyes that are gonna possibly be watching the product that I want to advertise during that time slot? Right now, Jimmy Kimmel's not having the audience. He does not have the numbers that the money that advertisers would put in to advertise their stuff. It's not going to the amount of eyes that it should be going to. Since the ratings is so low, not many people are looking at the product, so the sales are not going to be that drastic. So why advertise? And then the advertising fees are very high because Disney and all, they gotta put a certain dollar amount, and Disney's very greedy, so they're pretty high. And now what happened with Jimmy? In this case, advertisers were pulling out their ads, and Sinclair and Nexstar, which is pretty much the middleman that actually runs the show, because Disney provides it to them and they broadcast it out, that signal out to all the televisions, because they in control of everyone's television. And what you see, especially on broadcast networks, and I believe cable and regular TV, just want to take a moment and just think, because what is the end game to this, right? Because there's a lot of things going on that is just everything's happening fast, right? Now, remember when the Democrats went after a lot of people and started taking down their videos and taking down, they took down Roseanne Barr. They took her off her own show because they found out she voted for Trump, and she was taken out of her own show. And I believe that was ABC or some. I think that was on. And that's despicable. And I think she should come back, and she should have her own show and do her own show and take over that Jimmy Fallon slot. I guarantee you they make a lot of money. I bet that money would be really good. Advertising money would be very good. The Democrats canceled so many people, and they pretend like they didn't. So why you guys could cancel people, but then we can't? You know what I mean? So it's like, no, we're going to do the same thing that you were doing to us. Now we're going to do it back to you. An eye for an eye. You do one to one, then you're going to do one to another. And then we're going to get you back. And you guys walking into the trap. You guys continue doing what you're doing, continue thinking how you're thinking, and producing what you're producing, and think that you're not doing, like, to be honest with you, you're not doing the world any good. Especially Jimmy Kimmel. Like, what did his show, what positive thing has that show done for you or the world? Nothing. Jimmy Kimmel didn't affect my life or do anything for humanity. It wasn't nothing positive. Like, to be honest with you, it was just killing people's brain cells and wasting their time while they could have been sleeping instead of watching someone pathetic. So I hope the people, now that the show has been taken off, I hope people could get back to the main thing that you should be doing, and that's sleeping. Shouldn't be up late at night watching this clown. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Get your sleep. Don't worry about it. You know, let the universe take care of what's coming to them, because this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to come. I can't wait till they go after The View and after, these programs that are trying to influence the children in a negative way, especially in media and cartoons and movies. Like, yeah, we don't need pronouns in kids' movies. We don't need gay scenes in movies and cartoon movies that are supposed to be PG, and yet you have two women kissing in Lightyear. Um, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And the fact that they got away with it during the Biden years, you're not getting away with it this time around. This is like, we're not doing this. We're not going that direction. That's very demonic. That's just a lot of crazy, evil people on the left. And as you can see how they're doing every day with the damn protesters going out to the ICE facilities and interrupting the daily business of ICE. And they keep intruding and doing their little protests and standing in front of cars and screaming and doing all this like crazy things. Just, I don't understand it, man. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we already saw those. So I got, let me see. All right, we already saw this one. I'm just going through what we've seen already. All right, we could close this one out. And then we're going to go to a paranormal video. And then I'll close out the show for the morning. Let's go ahead and watch this one.
A live look at the White House, where it's approaching 9:30 in the nation's capital. Let's talk about
9:30. It's 9:30 right now in the morning
from the White House.
Whoa! What timing?
Posting this earlier this evening, saying, "On my orders, the Secretary of War ordered a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel affiliated with a designated terrorist organization conducting narco trafficking in the U.S. Southcom area of responsibility. Intelligence confirmed that the vessel was trafficking illicit narcotics and was transiting along a known narco trafficking passage en route to poison Americans. The strike killed 3 male narco terrorists aboard the vessel, which was in international waters. No U.S. forces were harmed in the strike. Stop selling fentanyl, narcotics, and illegal drugs in America and committing violence and terrorism against Americans," the president says. They did release a video of the strike. The president putting this on social media. You'll see it here in a moment. This looks fairly similar to previous videos we've seen. Again, this is the 3rd lethal strike that's been carried out against alleged drug boats in international waters. Oh my gosh, this footage is absolutely wild to see. Hal Kemper is standing by. He's a retired Marine intelligence officer and the host of the Strap podcast. Hal, being generous with his time tonight, we appreciate you. Hal, by the way, did work on the war on drugs under Southern Command. My question, Hal, after seeing this footage and after reading the president's statement, is it clear where the strike happened?
You know, it was interesting. I was reading the president's statement. It wasn't clear. I'm thinking it was probably down around Venezuela, but that's just a guess. This statement was a little vague as far as that goes, but that's where you have the area of most active engagement going on. It could have been somewhere else, and if it was, that would be interesting because that would shift. The previous 2 had been near Venezuelan waters, and as you know, we have a very large strike force down there, about 8 vessels. We got, with that, we have a amphibious ready group with a Marine Expeditionary Unit, about 4,000 Marines and sailors down there. So it's a very, very capable naval force. But I should mention that the Venezuelans have also been putting forces forward deployed on one of their islands. They've got about 2,500 troops. They've got a number of vessels, small boats, large. I'm not saying that the Venezuelan military force could really contend with what the U.S. has down there, but they have been putting stuff forward. So that's where I'm thinking most of the attention is. That's where most of the assets are focused. That's where most of the combat assets are located as well. And obviously, they took this ship, under surveillance, and then they decided to strike it once they had ascertained what the ship was doing. This is different, though. This is, I'm going to say the same thing I said about the previous two strikes. Under international law, unless you're normally, if you're under threat, you can use this as a defensive action. But normally, stuff like this would be if you found a foreign vessel of the country you're at war with, that you would do something. In this case, they've said the U.S. has taken the position that they are terrorist groups. The terrorists pose an active threat against us. So using lethal force like this is authorized. But previously, the rules were that you would try to stop that boat. You would try to intercept it, interdict it in some other way for a law enforcement action. And normally we would work with our, it could be U.S. forces that do it. Could be like Coast Guard was the most common, but Navy would do it sometimes. But with that, we'd also work with our foreign partners down that region to stop these boats. Now we've taken a completely different tack, which is once we identify it's a drug boat, once it's tied to a drug cartel, it is therefore a drug narco terrorist target, and that we're using lethal means to intercept the boat. And I will say one thing: tremendous deterrence value, if you will, towards the cartels and certainly towards Venezuela, which is if everyone sees that once the U.S. can acquire this, once we can acquire under surveillance, that we will immediately initiate lethal action. That's a
devil's
tremendous
advocate, though,
deterrence,
with that,
because
Hal.
one thing that the narco traffickers do know is that we have tremendous intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance assets throughout that region. And so acquiring something like this for surveillance isn't that difficult. And we definitely have the lethal means. We just haven't been doing that until now.
Let's play devil's advocate, though. 3 strikes within 1 month. These strikes are intended to deter these boats from doing what they're doing. But if we're still seeing the boats, is it having the intended effect?
Well, I haven't seen any final numbers on that. That would be interesting and that would be something that Southcom should be looking at, along with an element called the Joint Interagency Task Force, which is in Key West, Florida. They would probably be trying to build, track what is the efficacy, how effective is this in terms of pushing back against any launches. And I wouldn't just look at the fast boats. I mean, here we see these fast boats; those are obviously a lot easier to target. But they also have semi-submersibles. Those things that they look like kind of like a submarine, except they don't completely submerge. The conning tower, if you will, is still above the water, and very low profile, very difficult to acquire. But I'm waiting to see if we ever use lethal means on one of those. That may be something we see in the future. But I'm curious if it's having an effect on that smuggling methodology as well. And then also, I'm kind of curious what's happening in the air. Are we seeing some things in the air? And would we use, if we thought there was a plane that was carrying drugs for a cartel, would we do the same thing in the air that we've been doing on the water? And that would be a definite shift in policy. And I'm sure that lawyers who are experts in international law would be looking at that very carefully to see what the U.S. is doing.
So,
And cruise ships.
One other story that we've been following closely. This was a breaking story, Hal. There's still more to learn about this. Presumably, we'll talk more about this over the weekend or early next week. But there was one more story I wanted to talk about with you. It has to do with Mexico and with Mexican cartels. This is some file footage we have of law enforcement activity relating to Mexican drug cartels over recent months and years. The Washington Post had an exclusive. They say that the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, was advocating for a series of military strikes in Mexico earlier this year. This alarmed some people in the White House and the Pentagon. President Trump, we do know, has designated numerous Latin American cartels and criminal gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. So, Hal, some weeks ago, you and I discussed the likelihood of the U.S. striking cartels in Mexico proper. If I remember correctly, you told me that it would be tricky due to legal challenges and other challenges. Does the Washington Post's reporting reinforce that idea?
Well, it kind of does. It looks like what it looks, from what I can tell from the report, DEA, some officials in DEA were advocating for a military strike, similar to what you just saw in the water, but probably something that was aimed at land, probably looking at cartel facilities within Mexico. A little bit different. Now, I'm going to say a little bit different, but those strikes you see in the Caribbean are in international waters. Those are not the sovereign waters, the territorial waters of those countries. If it's Venezuela, for example, it's not the territorial water. It's outside the territorial water. Could be in the exclusive economic zone, could be in a lot of things, but it's not within the territorial water. So if it was a strike on, say, a cartel ship or boat that was in territorial waters, that's technically striking sovereign territory of Mexico. Obviously, if it's a strike on land, that would be striking the sovereign territory of Mexico. Now, if we do that unilaterally without the permission of the Mexican government, that could be interpreted by the Mexican government as an act of war. That would be a legal definition that they could put on something like that, and they might. And that's been part of the diplomacy, part of the negotiation discussion that's been going on with Mexico about doing this. What you're probably going to see, and I think that's what had the White House alarmed. DEA saying that, but and then I've worked very closely with DEA, all right, and they're saying that, but legally speaking, that does cross a line if we were to do a military strike like that on essentially an allied country aimed at what had previously been assessed as a criminal organization. Now we call it narco terrorism, but that we don't do so without the permission of that country to the strike. Now, if we were to have the cooperation and permission of that country to do such a strike, that would be a different situation. However, I imagine Mexico, legally speaking, would want to establish exigent circumstances wherein that was the only option or reasonable option that was available to do it. And there would have to be a certain expectation of the threat, danger of what that particular activity and what that cartel posed in terms of what they were doing, so that they could legally and honestly, politically, justify whatever it is they're doing. And then the other problem is down in Mexico, the cartels are very much interwoven into Mexican society, Mexican government. There's I'm going to come to this, may come as a shock, but there's a little bit of corruption with the cartels in Mexico's government. And so, with that said, and by the way, it's not because it's not so much a moral factor. The cartels are very draconian. When they go to a Mexican law enforcement officer or official or whatever, they give them two choices: either you take the money, or we'll come and kill you and your family. That's the choices they give them, and hence you have the cartels have a tremendous amount of influence there. So the fear of Mexico, and certainly the fear of Mexican government officials, is if they authorized these strikes, that the cartels would turn around and then come after them personally and their families, simply for having authorized or somehow being affiliated with this. That is a very real thing that the president of Mexico has to deal with right now in terms of where they go with this policy. It's not as neat and clean as some might think. There are some real drawbacks, particularly for Mexico, in terms of this. And if it went far enough, and we were to do this stuff autonomously, it could destabilize the Mexican government, and then we could end up with a bigger problem, which is the potential of a civil war, where potentially the narco cartels, the narco terrorist cartels themselves, are combatants in a civil war, and we do not want to see Mexico destabilized in any way, shape, or form like that. So I can understand why the White House was pushing back. There's a very good reason for that. But there does seem to be some momentum for doing maybe some sort of joint action. But we're going to have to figure out some very clear security protocols and some very well-established rules of the road in terms of this, how this is done. Because if we were to say identify a cartel house or something or whatever, place where they were making producing drugs or storing drugs or whatever, and we wanted to hit that first strike. And then we went and talked to the Mexican government directly and said, hey, we have this house, we want to hit it, and we want to do it now. And if we went through normal channels within Mexico, there's a very good chance that information would be compromised and passed over to the cartel. All right. In which case the strike would be for nothing. And also would probably set us back a bit. So we're going to have to figure out how we do that approval process in such a way as to maintain the integrity of the missions themselves.
So the DEA faced pushback earlier this year about the idea of strikes. What has the White House been doing in lieu of strikes to curb any sort of drug enforcement activity, cartel activity from the Mexican side in lieu of strikes?
Well, there is a lot of U.S. There's presence, law enforcement presence down in Mexico. All right. And with that, we have what by reports, a very active, what you could call an ISR program, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance program. We have unmanned drones, very sophisticated drones that are being used to identify cartel activities on the ground. So we're bringing a lot of assets and also manned aircraft that we've used, intelligence collection aircraft, to identify cartel activities, operations, facilities on the ground. So we're doing a lot of that, and there's a lot of stuff that's a little less apparent that we're doing. Also, I just saw a report today talking about CIA activity down in Mexico. Remember, yes, we have a lot of law enforcement to law enforcement activity with Drug Enforcement Administration working with Mexican law enforcement. That's been going on for a long time. But you have to also remember, it is a foreign country. The CIA legally is allowed to operate there, and they have been operating there for as long as there's been a CIA. And so if you redesignated these cartels as terrorist groups, you are also bringing in different methodologies, tools, capabilities, which may not be inherent to DEA, but may be found more within the non-law enforcement intelligence community, stuff that the CIA can use and stuff that the CIA has used in the war on terror elsewhere around the world. So that's another way that we can help shape how things are happening there.
Drugs.
And then, of course, working with the Mexican authorities on developing
Good morning,
specific
Chloe.
enforcement capabilities.
I just put some
which
eye
are,
drops in my eye.
less susceptible
So I
to
can't really see the
compromise
chat.
by the cartels.
Damn, that's a lot of drugs. Holy shit, that's a lot of drugs. Yeah, I put some eye drops in my eye, so like can't really see. But good morning. Oh my goodness. It's good to put these eye drops because they help my vision and so forth, but they kind of burn a little bit. So they get like real sensitive, and then I can't really see. Even with glasses on, I can't really see. So I have to like give it a few minutes. That's why I'm using my phone. But we got a little bit more news. I think we got another Tyson de la Cruz. So we're definitely going to check that out. I'm just seeing if there's anything like breaking. I mean, we really covered a lot. Let's see. Just checking to see if there's anything like breaking or anything. I mean, the most important thing right here is like the Charlie Kirk memorial, funeral memorial. I see Trish Reagan. She's going after. Well, I like her. I like her reporting. She's really good. It's like new intel. FBI wanders Charlie Clark probe to 20 plus Discord members. 20 plus. How? What's the plus number? How many people knew about Tyler and his ambition to take out Charlie Kirk? That's wild. Let's see what else we got here. I think we're ready for the Tyson Del Cruz, I believe. Yeah, because there's not really anything. It's Saturday, so I don't see anything like breaking news or anything that's popping up. I'm definitely going to go into paranormal videos. Yeah, I'm going to get ready for the paranormal videos I want to watch. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to check something out. All right, I guess we could watch this one. This one has like a lot of energy. Let me just get it ready. The next thing we're going to watch is Tyson. We're going to watch Tyson Del Cruz. Actually, we're going to watch it right now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out our good old friend of the show, Tyson Del Cruz.
Tonight, community members feeling frustrated and frightened after a sideshow in the East Bay takes a dark turn.
America, I need to tell you about a tragedy that perfectly illustrates everything wrong with parenting in this country. A 16-year-old boy named Jose Cuevas fell 75 feet to his death from a freeway overpass while watching an illegal street takeover in the Bay Area. But here's what's absolutely sickening. His parents have been celebrating and sharing his videos of these dangerous sideshows on social media for months. We're talking about parents who were proud that their teenage son was participating in illegal street racing events where people regularly get killed. Now, unfortunately, their boy is dead, and instead of taking responsibility, they're being treated like victims, while the real victims are the communities terrorized by these criminal gatherings.
Tragedy at a sideshow in the Bay Area hits home here in Southern California. We've learned the 16-year-old boy who fell to his death was from Harbor City.
What is up, guys? Tyson Del Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This case shows exactly what happens when parents enable criminal behavior instead of teaching their kids right from wrong. Let me break down what happened at this illegal street takeover in Crockett, California. At 3:30 Saturday morning, hundreds of people were watching cars doing donuts at the intersection just off of Interstate 80. Jose Cuevas is 16-year-old from Harbor City somehow went past the safety barrier on the freeway overpass and fell 75 feet through a gap to his death.
Drone footage shows about 100 people watching as cars did donuts in the intersection just off the freeway in Crockett, and traffic backed up nearly onto the Carquinez Bridge. The CHP says 16-year-old Jose Cuevas died when he climbed over a concrete safety barrier, perhaps trying to jump between the on-ramp and the off-ramp.
Think about that. A 16-year-old boy was so caught up in the excitement of the illegal gathering, he attempted a dangerous stunt that unfortunately cost him his life. And this wasn't just some random accident. Jose was 400 miles away from his home in Harbor City, attending an illegal street takeover at 3:30 in the morning. How does a 16-year-old end up in a criminal gathering hundreds of miles away from home in the middle of the night? Where were his parents at? Here's where the story gets really disturbing. Jose's parents weren't just aware of his involvement in these street takeovers, they were actively celebrating it. His social media account, which his parents had access to and were sharing, were full videos of illegal sideshows.
At first, I didn't want to believe it because it's like I knew him for a while, so I didn't think it was true.
Our sister station, NBC Bay Area, covered the accident that took Cuevas' life.
His friend Andrew Lopez said he didn't want to believe it when he heard Jose had died, but the warning signs were there for months. Jose had been posting videos of himself at these dangerous events, and instead of stopping him, his parents were sharing and celebrating his posts.
I think it's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. And it's something that we're looking to prevent. We don't want to see this happen again, especially when it's tied to criminal activity that's so preventable.
But my question is, how do you prevent it when the parents are enabling the children to participate in illegal and dangerous activities? This wasn't a case about a rebellious teenager sneaking out against his parents' wishes. This was a case of parents who failed to set boundaries and actually encouraged their son to participate in criminal activity.
And these takeovers are very dangerous events.
Leland Aguera's son was close friends with Jose, who lived in Southern California.
Let's talk about the real impact these street takeovers have in these communities. Residents of Crockett have been dealing with these illegal gatherings for years, and they're fed up with the violence and chaos that they bring.
We don't have a police department. We have the sheriffs, and they come in when we call them, but it's usually too late. I feel like it's coming in off the freeway from Richmond and from Vallejo. That's the vibe. Those are the cars that we see that are involved in the sideshows.
Julia Dallo, who owns a small business nearby, says we don't have the police department, we don't have the sheriff, and when they come, we call, it's usually too late.
Prayers out to his family in this horrible time, and my prayer is that this is a stop, that they put a stop to this, because no one needs to ruin their life for something of this nature.
That's how many in Crockett are feeling after learning a Saturday morning sideshow led to the death of a 16-year-old boy from Southern California.
The community members are praying for Jose's family, but also demanding these illegal gatherings stop. Steve Nash, who opened up a barbecue restaurant just 3 months ago, said this.
As a business owner, you see it and you want the proper traffic to come through. And you don't want some of the influences of course, you say some of the sideshows and not really being supervised.
This tragedy exposes a much bigger problem in our society. Parents who have abducted their responsibilities to guide and protect their children. Instead of teaching Jose that street takeovers are illegal and dangerous, his parents were celebrating his participation in them.
A recent LAPD study found that 16 people died from street takeovers and street racing between 2020 and 2022.
The school is now putting out flyers about how to deal with grief, but where's the conversation about making good choices? Where's the discussion about dangerous, illegal street racing? This isn't an unknown risk. Parents have a fundamental responsibility to protect their children from dangerous situations, not enable their participation in them. When a 16-year-old is posting videos of illegal street racing events, that's not a time to hit the share button. That's a time for a serious conversation about consequences.
I feel like we're in the Wild Wild West here. Kids, it's not worth it when you lose your life. It's not worth it. Please get yourselves involved in good things.
Unfortunately, Jose Cuevas' death isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a pattern of parental failure that's destroying young lives across America. We have parents who are more concerned about being their children's friends instead of being their parents.
The CHP says they're doing their best to get a handle on Bay Area sideshows, and the agency says they've successfully stopped many planned sideshow events, but they admit responding to them once they've started is challenging.
Very often we see hundreds of people, and you may have 4, 5, 6. I mean, even if you have 10 officers showing up, it's far outnumbered.
Law enforcement can't be everywhere, especially if they're defunded, which is why parental responsibility is so crucial. When parents enable their children's participation in illegal activities, they're not just failing their own kids, they're contributing to a culture that puts entire communities at risk. Every parent who celebrates their child's involvement in street takeovers is actually part of the problem. America, Jose Cuevas didn't have to die. This 16-year-old boy would have been alive today if his parents would have done their job and taught taught him that illegal street racing is dangerous and wrong instead of celebrating it and participating in it. This tragedy isn't just about one family's loss. It's about a parental responsibility crisis that's destroying communities across America. When parents enable criminal behavior instead of correcting it, children die and communities suffer. Street takeovers aren't harmless fun. They're illegal gatherings that regularly result in death, injuries, and property damage. Parents who allow or encourage their children to participate in these events are failing in the most basic duty to protect their kids. The real victims here aren't just Jose's parents. They're the communities terrorized by these illegal gatherings, the business owners who can't operate safely, and the other children who are being influenced by parents who think criminal behavior is something to celebrate. We need parents who understand that their job is to guide children towards legal, productive activities, not enable their participation in dangerous criminal behavior. We need parents who say no when their teenagers want to attend illegal street racing events 400 miles away from home at 3:30 in the morning. Jose Cuevas' death should be a wake-up call for every parent who thinks enabling their kids' bad choices is the same as supporting them. Real support means setting boundaries, teaching consequences, and protecting your children from dangerous situations, even when they don't want to be protected. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you, Tyson, for another beautiful, awesome entry. Listen, the little kid had it coming. He shouldn't have been there, knowing 16 years old, being caught up in wrong place, wrong time. Shouldn't have been there. And the fact his life was taken for stupidity, for it's just sad. You know what I mean? That just sucks. Let's go ahead and go through some more news here. Here's another story I want to check out. Let me see something here. Okay, and then after this video, then we're going to watch 2 paranormal videos back to back, and then we're done for the morning show. And then I'll be back most likely for the evening show around 7:30. So give or take, most likely 7:30. All right, let's go ahead and set this up. Couple of clicks here, couple of clicks there. Let's go ahead and watch together.
After the bodies of 3 young sisters were found suffocated and abandoned in a Washington state wilderness, police are saying that they believe that they have found the remains of the man who's accused of killing them, Travis Decker, their father. You're looking at some video, some photos of him right there. Fox 13 Seattle coming on air with their news in the last couple of hours. They gave us the latest on what's been found, what we know so far. Here's their reporting. We'll air out a few minutes of this.
The sheriff in Chelan County believes they have found the partial remains of Travis Decker. They were located on Grindstone Mountain, about 3/4 of a mile away from where he's accused of killing his 3 young daughters. If these are Decker's remains, this will end a months-long search for the accused child murderer. However, DNA results are still pending. Reporter AJ Janabel joining us live in Chelan County, where a news conference just wrapped up. What else did you learn, AJ?
David, for the first time, we're getting more information on why Sheriff Morrison here in Chelan County believes that these remains that were found do belong to Travis Decker. We were covering this on Thursday night when he first talked about the evidence that they did find. And what we learned today was around Thursday, around 3:30 in the afternoon, they had a planned search already in the books. They put up a drone in the air around that area that those girls' bodies were found. And what the sheriff says is with the help of AI, they found some things that stood out.
So I am confirming the shirt that we saw on scene is a match for what Travis was last seen wearing. In addition to shorts, which were U.S. Rangers shorts, they were also a match, and also personal items to include chewing tobacco that was consistent with what he had chewed, a bracelet, which is consistent with what we'd seen in photos of him wearing.
So you have a lot of evidence there from the sheriff making that connection to Decker, but they're still waiting for those DNA results. They have sent those evidence that they have to Washington State Patrol. They were hopeful that they might get the results as early as today or even possibly this weekend, but at this point, they're not giving us a timeline on when we could find out officially if these remains are Travis Decker's. David?
Careful as they go through the process. AJ, a lot of people would like to know how he died. What did the sheriff say about that?
David, some of the people that I spoke to today here in Leavenworth are making their own conclusions, but I don't think that we can do that at this point. Speaking with the sheriff, there is no official reason, cause of death in this situation. There is still so much investigating that needs to happen. A lot of these remains that could be Decker's are not whole. They're sending back body parts at this point. They do have to wait for the coroner to do their investigation. They also have to wait on the DNA results. But one thing that they have talked about so much is just how rugged this terrain is out here as well. When you go back to late May, early June in Leavenworth, it is not warm like it is now. The conditions are rough. The sheriff, David, has not given us an official cause on what might have been the cause for this death.
Yeah, and if there's no soft tissue, it might be extra hard if they only have skeletal remains. And as I understand it, they did not find a skull. So that is still missing, correct?
The parts that they mentioned today during this press conference were things like feet, femur. They did not reference any sort of skull. They did not get into the specifics of the body parts they found other than what I've mentioned. But the things that they did mention, those specifics, talking about the shirt that they knew that Travis Decker wore, talking about the shorts that they knew that he wore. And one of the most specific things for me that stood out was a bracelet, something that Sheriff Morrison said they knew that Decker had been known to wear. So a lot of evidence pointing to Decker, but they want to hold back before saying anything official and get those DNA results.
Yeah, get DNA.
AJ, the remains were found 0.77 miles away from where the girls were killed. Was this outside the area where they had previously searched?
And that's another question that so many people have been asking. When you've had a search that has gone on throughout this entire region, even outside of the state, there have been reported sightings in places like Idaho and Utah, and you find out that the remains that they're hopeful are Decker's was found less than a mile away from that crime scene. A lot of people are asking that question. And what you have to also consider, though, is with the help of these drones, especially with AI, they might be able to look in areas that they've walked through before or have passed by before and find something that stands out. So they had been working throughout this entire area doing grid work. This, again, was their fourth established planned search. They had this in the books. So they had the drones up, and just this one time, they found something that stood out to them.
Hey, Jay, I imagine people in Chelan County are very relieved to hear that the sheriff says that it is most likely Travis Decker.
Yeah, and it's not just people who call Leavenworth or Chelan County home, because this area is so popular, not just in the state, but outside of the state. I spoke to a woman with her family in town today. She's from Idaho. Her family's from the East Coast. And when you go up to these people and you ask them if they've heard of this case, they know it. And so a lot of people tell me that I spoke to coming out today, it was on their minds, whether they knew the results from the possible remains found or just coming into this area, the idea that Travis Decker still might have been out here. The folks that I spoke to today tell me they're happy that there is some sort of closure, but they know there's no thing that can possibly bring full closure to Whitney Decker, who is the mom of these three girls.
That was AJ Janabel reporting live earlier in the evening for Fox 13 Seattle. You saw a piece of the press conference from law enforcement officials earlier today. Let's play more of it out.
You want to introduce who this is and then who you guys have, and then tell us a little bit about what this week holds for you.
All right, so good evening. I'm Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison. Behind me, you'll see members of our federal partners, the U.S. Border Patrol, U.S. Marshal Service, and I also have a member of my administration, would be Chief Ryan Moody, who's overseeing our detectives unit as Chief of Operations. I appreciate all of you coming here today. We're going to give an update just based off our operations that we've been conducting. These were pre-planned operations for a fourth search related to the Travis Decker case. And this is going to be regards to the murder of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Again, we have not lost sight of what we're focused on doing, and that's bringing justice to those three girls. We are close to justice being served and law prevailing. During our search yesterday around 15:30 hours, that'd be 3:30 p.m., our search teams did locate an anomaly that was seen in AI imaging from our drones. In closer inspection, when we got that, we did see that it was potentially a shirt. We were able to get units on the ground that did confirm that the shirt was consistent with what we had seen in previous surveillance photos with Travis Decker. So I am confirming the shirt that we saw on scene is a match for what Travis was last seen wearing. In addition to shorts, which were U.S. Rangers shorts, they were also a match, and also personal items to include chewing tobacco, was consistent with what he had chewed, a bracelet, which is consistent with what we'd seen in photos of him wearing. So collecting those items, we have since sent them off to the Washington State Patrol's crime lab. We're hopeful that we'll get those results back soon. I appreciate Chief John Batiste and the Washington State Patrol for continuing to be a constant ally for us. Even in my call this morning, I asked if he could expedite it. I understand the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is not the only agency within Washington State investigating a homicide and looking for quick results back from a DNA test. So Chief Batiste, Washington State Patrol, we appreciate it. We understand there's a lot of pressure. Going through the processing of the decomposition that we found amongst that clothing has been challenging for the State Patrol's crime lab. They were able to get DNA off that sample, and they are comparing it to the DNA samples that we have in place for Travis Decker. I have asked them to take their time, not rush this. This has been a thorough investigation up to this point. We don't want any mistakes made. Our investigative team has continued to be out on the ground today with Washington State Patrol's crime lab team. We've also had members of the FBI's crime lab team out here assisting us. We found additional body parts today to include 2 feet, some femurs, and also some vertebrae. We've requested that these items also be sent off to Washington State Patrol's crime lab for additional testing to be compared. Again, we do not want to rush this process. We'd like to have DNA results this evening, but I understand in the interest of justice, to ensure this case is handled properly, we have asked them to stand by, test more samples, and we hope to get those in the next couple of days. We're appreciative for our federal partners that have continued to be biased throughout this process. We recognize that we're trying to bring closure to this community. And more importantly, we're trying to bring pressure to our allies to come and give us more assistance where needed. But we do appreciate the fact that Whitney and her family have been very cooperative with us, and we're trying to bring them peace of mind and closure for this. We think we're one step closer. As soon as we get the results back, we are optimistic that these results will confirm that we have located Mr. Decker. But until that time, we're going to stand by and wait for the 100% confirmation. For the meantime, I'm going to bring up the representative from the U.S. Marshals, who have been our ally since day one, assisting us, leading the search effort, and I'll go ahead and let him take questions.
Hi, my name is Gavin Duffy. I'm the Chief Deputy United States Marshal from the Eastern District of Washington.
You guys have been on site. You've been part of this for months now, 3.5 months. You've pretty much been working hand in hand with Chelan. Can you explain why it took so long to be able to find this specific spot? It's less than a mile from where that campground is.
I mean, I think if we look behind us into the backdrop here, the terrain is extremely complex, some of which would, is hard to find anywhere in this country. And that's kind of what we found. I mean, it's incredibly steep, it's incredibly rocky, and that's why we have some of the experts, our special operations group and our partners with Border Patrols, BORSTAR, and BORTAC, who are all 3 experts in this terrain to do it. And I think we're pretty proud of the fact, using all the resources we could across the law enforcement and public safety spectrum to really drill down and find these remains, which we're very, very hopeful and fairly confident.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like whenever whoever the teams were that initially went up there? They were those people that ended up identifying that shirt, seeing those pants. That was that moment. You guys thought, oh, I think we got him. Can you explain a little bit about what that feels like for you?
I think it's the 1 yard line. I mean, we want to get across the goal line with the DNA, but we're pretty, it's a good feeling. We've put a lot of work. I mean, hundreds of people in law enforcement and other career fields have touched this case because of its importance to this Chelan and to this state. So to get to that 1 yard line where we are right now, maybe even a little closer, it felt pretty good for everybody working this case in any way.
There were some people online that were curious if Travis Decker would have gone north to Canada or south to Mexico. What do you say to people who were curious about him ever going that far, in your expert opinion?
Well, I mean, we appreciate the curiosity, right? I mean, we're in the business of finding fugitives and human beings, and they do unique things. And so that's how we're thinking as well. But we use fact-based policing, and we utilize our partnerships with other agencies, state, local, and federal, and we kind of narrow in on where we need to be looking. And for the most part, we're pretty successful most of the time.
Is this search in that area wrapped up? Is anyone going back up to that site at all?
At this point, no. We're going to shut it down for the night. But if something changes, then we'll be right back to it. And then we're on to the next case. And if there's another case in the mountains, I'm pretty confident Border Patrol will be with us. And we'll be back at it with the state police and specifically the Spokane County Sheriff's Department as well.
Based on the evidence found there, if it is Travis Decker's remains, did it look like someone had been camping there a while or someone on the move?
You know, ma'am, I don't really have the answer to that specific question.
Can you tell me a little bit about what, say, the next few days looks like for you? Is this something that's going to be more searching, more field work, or is this just now waiting for that DNA evidence?
I think it's a lot of waiting.
How does that feel?
You know, you want to be, again, you want that 100% confidence in what we're doing and in the situation, because of DNA we can get there. But I think we'll be looking at our phones, but moving on with the rest of our weekends and traveling back to wherever we're from.
Can you tell me a little bit about the condition of those bones and those pieces that you found? Were they gnawed by animals? Is that something that seemingly disturbed up there?
Ma'am, I really don't know the answer to that, nor would I be an expert on that matter. Fugitives I can help with, but anthropology I'm a little limited.
Can you say whether a firearm was discovered with Mr. Decker?
I do not believe there was, no.
Any hint of foul play there, just based on an initial report of the scene?
Again, as an experienced fugitive investigator, I'd leave that to the homicide investigators and the very qualified Chelan County team. So I'm not in a position to really feel that one.
This is obviously hit close to home for a lot of people. Wenatchee is a very small community, so Chelan County, any message you have in terms of the importance of closing a case like this?
Well, I think everybody wants this closure across the community, and I mean, it's national level attention. We all want closure on this case, but so we're really hoping we get across, you know, to keep using the analogy, to get across the goal line and be done with this. But, you know, for the Marshal Service and every member of law enforcement, from here we just move on to the next violent fugitive. And that's unfortunate, but that's the reality.
Sheriff Morrison, if I could ask you a question. You guys are from here, you live here, your guys have been part of this since day one. Kind of the same question for you. Mm-hmm. You know, you've met with the family, you guys know these people. How does it feel knowing you're so close to 3.5 months of just anxiety maybe coming to an end?
We understand the work's not done. We're still in the midst of a homicide investigation. And as you asked too, if something were to have happened to Travis that was not natural or of his own cause, we're going to investigate it as a homicide investigation. We owe that to his family. We owe that to him. He's still a human being. He was a brother. He was a son. He was a family member. So again, I find his acts to be heinous and what he's alleged to have conducted and done. But overall, still going to treat him with respect. I said this throughout the process. We didn't want any harm to come to him, and we'll still treat his remains with the kind of respect that anyone would deserve. So we'll look into it, but we understand this is one step closer, as we said, to serving justice and ensuring that the law was issued. So we want to make sure this is closed out properly. We want to make sure the family has the closure. I want Whitney to sleep better at night. I want her family to sleep better at night. I want the community to know that our agency does not give up, no matter how daunting and how challenging the task is. We understand this is not easy. We get the community's frustration. We get our citizens' frustration. But overall, we'd love to have had this done in 3 days. Absolutely. It would have saved us a lot of resources. But it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of resources. We brought in some of the best minds in the country, from the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, U.S. Forest Service, even the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division. We brought in experts in that field. We did everything. We talked with each other. We met afterwards, debriefed to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes, and continue to do everything possible. We understood this could be a criminal case that was going to trial. We didn't want any chance that this would be defeated when we went to trial. And again, I think we're close to the goal we wanted, but we're not going to rush. We're not going to pat ourselves in the back yet. We're not going to say congratulations until we get the results back and we know 100% this is Travis Decker. That is our suspect. That is our only suspect. That is the only evidence that we have shows that he's our suspect. So just to confirm, that is who we were looking for. That's who I believe we found. And we hope the Washington State Patrol can confirm that soon.
That's very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. But hopefully they get the proper DNA and they get everything pretty much. You know, you got to cross the T's and dot the I's and wait for the results to come back and then continue the investigations from there, you know. All right, let's go ahead and get into the paranormal videos for this evening. So let's go ahead for I mean, late morning. It's kind of like brunch right now. It's brunch time. So it's like breakfast and lunch. 10 to like 12, like 11 something is like brunch. Um, okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. And then let's watch and enjoy. Let's put the volume up so we can listen.
Happened in their home, but this time we were actually sent some footage when a couple noticed every time they were coming home, their place was being messed up. Garbage was on the floor, things were moved around. It looked like someone came in and threw stuff around their house. So they bought a security camera, and this is what they sent us. Oh shit, dude. 8 single. Upon first entering the home, we came across the owner's cat, which they had recently adopted, thinking that maybe it would ward off whatever was residing in their house with them. Hey, what's up, buddy? You gonna show us where everything's going on?
Let's follow him.
Sure. What's up, kitty? You want us to go that way?
We kind of had it follow us around while we did our initial walkthrough, but there were certain areas of the home that the cat refused to go to.
Hey, kitty.
He went upstairs already.
Did it?
Yeah, he just went right behind you.
This is out. Yeah, look, this is where they got all that footage that they sent to us. Sunset. The Ovilus is always a hit or miss. Sometimes it says some random things. Yeah. Getting any activity here? It says feeling.
Feeling.
As soon as I asked that, is this where you get a feeling at? Are you feeling something in this kitchen?
Metaphysics.
Metaphysics?
Metaphysics. That is so strange.
Those words have a little bit of a deeper meaning to them. That's a very weird chain of words.
That is, for sure. Metaphysics and quantum physics are a couple different scientific ways people use to explain unexplained events.
Strange.
Strength.
Strength. Let's get strength in this area. Do you have a lot of strength in this particular area of the house? It says matter. This thing's going nuts, dude.
It seems like he's trying to lead us up the stairs.
Come on, let's go. Show us where it is. We have a cat spirit guide.
Nice.
Bees, moss, slur, heart. It's going nuts. Drop.
Is this where it is, kitty? You don't want to go further than that?
Where are we going? Skip screw.
Oh man, do you smell that up here?
Yeah, smells like septic, right?
Kind of, yeah.
There was a really rotten odor coming from down the hallway, and we know from past investigations that typically foul smells tie in with negative energies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Ovilus go this nuts in a while. I think that's a good sign. Does it feel hot in here?
Stifling.
Right?
At this point. We're taking just until I walk in the door.
We gone, and I feel like there is something here trying to communicate. And what? Column? I don't know what that means. We gone and column? Weird room. I mean, it's a nice place. It's just a really old, like, setup. So we've been told that whatever is here has been actively moving things around this house. Hey, did this place have a basement? It looks
I
like
didn't check, but you know.
it looks like one of those kind of.
Out here, it's pretty possible.
Wow, beautiful
I
cat.
think I found an entrance.
It's a beautiful cat.
Oh, that's reassuring there.
I would have
Oh
adopted
man,
too.
you want to talk about something smelling? I think this has got to be where the cat lives, bro.
I will say, in my experience,
Hold it up. Go ahead. What's that? It sounded like pipes, like a toilet or something just flushed, right? Hold it up. Go ahead. What's that? That threw me off just now.
yeah, that was a trip.
Yeah, it reeks down here. Smells like cat piss, shit, fucking
Everything.
every nasty thing you could think of. That's why. It's like a dead end. I don't like dead ends in basements.
Yeah.
They just feel weird. What is that? Look at that right there.
I don't know. Little frying pan.
That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it did.
Whoa. Sounded like flames, huh?
Yeah. At least we know the heat works. You know,
Yeah.
it's freezing upstairs. Except for that one room.
Yeah, let's just get out of this area.
Well, whoever lives here does not go down the basement that often because there's cobwebs all over the step.
Hey. Good water on it.
Wow.
I hear like a tapping
Is
noise
that the
too.
pipes again? Yo. Check this shit out.
The water's on.
We are only me and Casey this time, so it's a little bit unnerving to walk into a room and see something change when you know for a fact you didn't even have an opportunity to do it yourself.
Wow.
That's what my sisters made that noise when we were in the basement.
Oh wait, use your Ovilus.
It's on.
water on up here while we were downstairs? Are you the thing that's been moving objects aggressively in the kitchen? My heart rate is going. I know. I just heard this whole house rumble too. It went. Yeah. Weird.
This house is creepy as fuck.
Are you or were you ever human? How long have you been present in this house? Are you a peaceful entity, or do you have bad, evil intentions? I heard evil and I heard good.
I heard evil.
And I heard it scream in here. Are you the one that's moving objects aggressively in the kitchen? Are you the one that's moving objects aggressively in the kitchen? Are you the one that turned the sink on earlier when we were in the basement? Is there something you can do to show us your presence? I swear, dude. This thing keeps like flickering and that one just jump flickered. You hear some weird like I'm hearing those taps. Like taps again, yeah. Is it the sink again? I don't know. Weird. It is weird. All right, we'll keep going. See? Pay attention to that, though. If you can hear that. Yeah. Why are you bothering the people that live here? Why are you constantly messing up their house when they leave? Why are you so adamant about messing with the sink in the kitchen? That's definitely footsteps. It sounds like something rolling almost, too. That's not a cat. I really hope that just picked that up. That was loud. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like running or something.
That's definitely footsteps. It sounded like something rolling almost, too.
Yeah, like rolling or running.
That's not a cat.
I really hope that just picked that up. That was loud.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the cat. Damn.
That was me. It's like I sounded like the kitchen going nuts.
And
Sounded
running.
A lot of stuff going nuts. I heard footsteps on the stairs, footsteps above us,
Running.
voices in this room, a door over here. Let's wrap this up. Yeah, hold on. Dude, it came from like around this corner. Yeah, I heard a door open and close in here. It was from the basement. Yeah.
Mm.
But what about the rolling and shit? The footsteps, like the voices upstairs. I have no idea. I kind of want to go look up there. Because that's where like all the banging's been going on since we got here. Got a lot of activity on the Ovilus up there. Hello?
Mm. Nice wood.
We heard footsteps going above us, back and forth in the hallway. We heard them going up and down the stairs.
Beautiful wood. Look at all the wood framing. All around, it's just beautiful wood. And the house is holding a lot of residue,
Bro, honestly, God,
a lot of energy.
the magnitude of noises we just heard, I would think we weren't staying here alone.
This is definitely where it happened.
You heard that thing rolling too, right? Did you hear something rolling?
It had to be in this hallway.
It sounded like a bowling ball going down the hallway. My fucking heart is still racing. Yeah, nervous. Tired place. What is this door? Didn't check this. Oh, it's just a closet. Okay. Bro, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want to fucking live here. It seems like there's just like
It gets crazy.
the mom, dad, and the son.
Yeah.
Because there's like 5 empty bedrooms out here.
It was like a whole party was happening, and we were in the middle of a dark hallway with no one in the building with us.
You know what? To be honest, I'm kind of disappointed that Tanner couldn't make this one. Yeah, because I feel like this was something he should have experienced.
Oh,
This is
for
crazy.
sure.
Like this, we finally got one. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
like
Where there's
a-
stuff happening now.
Yeah, I know. But also, like, this is the first time where, in a long time, where something was happening in this magnitude.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like super threatening.
Right,
You know,
right.
It's almost like,
Yeah, it's like people just walking by and like
Yeah.
moving stuff around us. Yeah. Let's do the EVP. Let's run a tape recorder up here.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Like maybe just down this hallway. We'll just set it up like on the floor
Okay.
and see if we get any noises.
All right.
Yeah.
I heard like scratching on the wall or the ceiling.
Yeah. Ooh.
See? That's a trip. Because I definitely heard it.
Mm.
It's right here.
Mm.
I can't see anything. I can just hear shit all around me right now. It's in the room behind you. Is it? I hear it above me.
Mm. Mm.
Hear that? Yeah. It's like a ball. Yeah. All the static cameras set up right now. If that was you, can you say something?
Mm. See some weird lights there. It's on the left. See the orb right there? Look, two. Another one. Another orbs. Especially to the left.
If that was you
I know.
walking
I've had
around,
my issues with
we
orbs.
heard footsteps. We heard
Saw another one.
scratching.
It
We
was
heard
quick.
voices. We heard a door open. If that was you, can you make another noise while we're up here?
A lot of weird like orbs going around.
How dead quiet it is now. Yeah, I can't see shit either right now. It's fucking dark. I want to ask you something. Mm-hmm. If that was you coming down the stairs, can you come back up the stairs? We heard your footsteps.
Mm. They're gonna bait. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Downstairs. While they were sleeping. Some paranormal activity stuff. Oh, look at the lights. Whoa. A lot of energy. Oh shit. There goes the stuff on the floor. Wow. Out of the kitchen, out of the sink. It's throwing it out of the sink. What? Wow. How it just pops out of the sink. Wait, out of the sink? Hell no. I tell you right now, this motherfucker better start cleaning up. That's why he probably took out that paper, because he probably felt bad and he wanted to fucking clean up his mess. This motherfucker's making a mess in my kitchen. I will fucking, oh Lord. Don't give me that battle. I'll be like, listen, motherfucker, don't be coming over here and dirtying up my place and throwing shit all over. Wow, you saw it was like something was pulling it. Yeah, especially in the other room there. Yeah, look how it took the energy. Wow. Show it to me again. Yeah, look at it right there. There was a guy, like a little thing that went from that was in the back. I saw it right there. Look at him there. Then he goes to the kitchen and starts throwing shit out and throwing things all over the place.
The things moving on their own in the kitchen, the noises, the footsteps, the voices, the sink turning on.
After being there, the foul smells, the ability to move objects, it's obvious that what they're dealing with is something that's definitely more on the aggressive side.
I wouldn't want to be the homeowners coming home constantly finding things around my house just thrown around and messed up. Trying to sleep there, I had an uneasy feeling. It never really felt threatening at any point, but it's definitely disturbing, to say the least.
Okay,
That is very disturbing for me and for everyone that's watching. That is that's creepy, man. Imagine you go out or you fell asleep and you forgot to put your dishes away and you didn't do your dishes that night, and the spirit is like, I can't stay with this motherfucker. He's a fucking messy motherfucker. He should have fucking done the dishes. I'm pissed off at this motherfucker. You know what? Let me show him something. Get your motherfucking dirty dishes throw it out of the sink. Here's some fucking paper. Fucking clean this fucking place already. I think the spirit had a message like clean after your motherfucking self and put away your dishes. Like I think the spirit was pissed. He was like, man, I fucking died and this motherfucker's here and he's making a mess out of my fucking kitchen. Like what the fuck? And the spirit gets mad and starts doing some crazy shit down there and lights flickering and flashing, and that's wild. That's really strong energy though. That's extremely strong energy. Yeah, it's just all right. Let's go ahead and let's watch another one here. Let's go ahead and set this up. And this is the last one for the Wake and Bake. All right, so and then I'll be back on this evening for a regular show. So let's enjoy this.
So we heard about this place that was out in the middle pretty much of nowhere. It was like kind of an old barn house that was sitting on a cornfield. From what the owners told us, the old family was actually murdered within their home.
This house was super interesting to us from the very beginning. Family was essentially massacred there, and the actual details of it are a little bit too graphic for YouTube. Let's just say the story is very interesting, extremely graphic, and made us believe that there was a high likelihood that there could be some activity there.
The type of event that happened at this place is so obscure and so rare to even hear about. It's astonishing that we would get contacted about this particular haunt.
The bodies were found in their own cornfield. So this is kind of one of those topics that are a little bit strange to touch on. It was a bad scene. Let's just put it like that.
No. This is crazy. It's gonna be a crazy episode. I know that for a fact. You guys fast forward here. Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't do spiders. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, I don't like spiders either.
Look at the overgrowth right here on this fucking chimney.
Spice gives me bad vibes already.
So from what the new owners told us, they've been experiencing a lot of strange movement sounds throughout the night in the house. They've seen things move, but I wasn't expecting to walk in the door and see what we saw the second that we touched down at this location. All right, so they said that we'd be able to get in the back.
This looks way different at night, though.
Yeah, it does. This cornfield is creepy. Hello?
Yo, what the? Look over there left.
What?
Look what those are. What the?
Look at that.
That shit is moving all over.
What?
There's multiple cabinet doors moving. The drawers
Hell
were
no.
twitching on either side of it. The doors were moving, and
Wow.
that's just something you don't expect when you first walk into a brand new place.
Wow, look at this.
What?
Look what those are.
Look, all of them.
That shit is moving all over the fucking place.
Look, all of them are opening, closing.
These like open.
When we saw the doors moving, we wanted to find some explanation for it. So we looked above, below, behind. We saw nothing that would cause that. We even tried to open and close the door. We just came through a couple times to see if that would make anything move. And sure enough, it didn't.
Open it. Close it. Nothing.
Let's try.
Huh. And there's literally like 3 or 4 cabinets moving. It looked like maybe one of the lower cabinets was moving. And as we approached it, they continued moving in front of us. And the crazy thing is, we try to debunk this stuff when we're on an investigation. And we know that our viewers try to debunk shit because it's part of the fun. You know, you guys see this stuff on camera. You're not there in person. I'd do the same thing if I saw a video. But we're walking up to these doors, these cabinet doors, and they're moving back and forth. There is nothing attached to them. We investigated it. We opened and closed them. They stopped. And it's just mind-blowing. That's not something you expect to see when you walk into a location.
Wow, that's nuts. That's crazy. See the doors opening and closing like that? Look at this.
What the fuck, dude? Yo, that shit is moving all over the fucking place.
I don't know. It's gonna be on Casey's camera.
I have all that on my camera. Dude, every fucking cabinet in this kitchen was just going nuts. That's insane. You hear that? Dude, every fucking cabinet in this kitchen was just going nuts. That's insane.
I got.
You hear that?
I heard I got.
That's insane. You hear that? That's insane. You hear that?
Yeah, I did, dude.
Oh, the lights are on.
You see that? Hello?
The lights are on by itself.
Hello?
I'd be so mad. I'd be like, this motherfucker's wasting my electricity. My bill's gonna be fucking high because this spirit keeps fucking turning on the damn light. I'd be one pissed off motherfucker. I'd be like, my fucking light bill, you bitch.
I mean, you must want us to go up. What did it say?
As we were heading upstairs, I started using the EMF detector. Tanner had the Ovilus right behind me, and the Ovilus was going nuts. It was just saying word after word after word. A lot of them didn't make much sense. There was just a lot of stuff coming through. But that only happens when we're in an area that has high amounts of activity and energy coming through. So something is in this place that's making this device get that many readings.
Well, it's getting a lot of readings. I mean, something boring found.
It's we're not getting anything clear. There's a lot of chatter. Was that you in the kitchen?
Who's here with us right now?
Hazy mind shot.
What is this? Some type of separate beds makes for a happy marriage room?
Shit.
Whoa, hey.
What's up? The switch for us right here.
Yeah, well, there's nobody up here. I mean, I recorded.
You saw it go.
Yeah, I saw it turn on, and I literally recorded the whole walk.
Oh, was that you that turned one on?
Hello? What's this thing right
A door in the middle of the wall.
Maybe.
What the f is this?
What is that?
Hello?
Another room.
It's like a fucking hidden door and a fucking hidden door. Oh my god.
It banged. It banged.
Hello? It's like a fucking hidden door and a fucking hidden door. Oh my god. What was that?
Wow.
I've been behind Casey when he's pushed. I've caught him falling downstairs. And I don't know how to explain. It almost felt like I was in his shoes when that bang came through the door because we both had the same reaction at the same time. He almost jumped back into me.
Wow.
It's like a fucking hidden door and a fucking hidden door. Oh my god. What was that? It's like a fucking hidden door and a fucking hidden door. Oh my god.
Wow. There's something there.
Hello?
It sounded like something slammed the door from the other side, and it made me very hesitant to open the door and actually see what was in that trap door in the closet.
Hello? Yeah, mine too, dude.
Pounds, angle, guy. Oh man. Hello? Just move the light. I'm opening the door. Is anybody in here? Hello?
Ain't nobody there.
Hello?
Something foul.
What the fuck, dude? You smell that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells like that rotten smell, dude.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's it's like that fucking
not good
dead
energy.
smell, dude.
There was a really foul smell. It smelled like a dead body. It smelled like something rotten. And we've encountered that before in locations. That's
Not
usually
good.
not a good sign. That's not something that you want to smell when you're investigating some type of paranormal energy. That's usually an indication of
Demonic.
something that's bad.
Demonic energy.
Oh, bro.
This might be a good spot to
Ouija?
yeah. Or anything, but I mean we gotta do tests up here. It fucking smells weird, bro.
Oh, that's horrible, honestly.
Let's go see what that says in the kitchen. Because we didn't even really run anything. I'm gonna leave that there.
Alright. So you wanna leave this open?
Is it getting whips?
Very small ones.
They should have an EVP, man.
Touch that?
They should have extra EVPs.
We already opened it at this point, so
Leave it there.
I don't think it matters. Just leave it open. Yeah.
Or a static camera. Set up a static camera there.
I think we should get some static cameras out now.
Yeah.
Ah,
ASAP.
that's what I was just saying. And some EVPs. Put EVPs around all around.
You want to leave this running in here?
Yeah.
I know we talked about this having a auxiliary plug.
Yes, yeah, we can hook up to a speaker.
Yeah, we'll hook it up to a speaker and let that thing run the whole time we're here. So if it says anything, we'll hear it anywhere in the house.
All right.
Oh, dude, my heart's still running from that slam just now upstairs.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And
I was
bang.
right behind you.
Oh shit, they're going into the area. Good thing it's 3 of them. Here's the cameraman.
It's not comfortable doing a Ouija board session in a location like that because you know something really bad happened here and you know the foul smell is kind of like an indication of probably danger, but we decided to go up and run our tests anyway.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Do you want us here?
When we came up here in the attic, there was a really foul smell. Is this the family that lived here previously?
And after asking a few questions, the silence was interrupted by the ovulus, which was downstairs. And it said something that kind of caught me off guard.
Is whatever made that noise up here with us right now?
Hear that?
I heard it.
The ovulus.
Mhm.
I think it said arrived, didn't it?
That's something. There.
Is whatever made that noise up here with us right now?
Arrived.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear arrived?
I just heard it go off.
It sounded like it said arrived.
Arrived.
Yeah. That's weird. Is there something that just arrived when we started using the board? Or have you been here?
Is whatever made that noise here with us?
Are you the one that was moving the cabinets downstairs when we walked in? Were you closer? Oh shit. Are you getting this?
All of a sudden, I felt the planchette slowly start to vibrate a little, and it just started gliding. And that's how it is sometimes. It's like we've done that so many times where we sit there and get nothing on it. And when you feel that little bit of movement, it's like your heart starts pounding. You get a little bit nervous. It's like a rush of anxiety.
B?
It was a B.
It was a B, yeah. This shit is moving quick.
It's this anxious feeling that I'm just sitting there saying, oh no, oh no, oh no, here it comes in my head for them. And I'm even just being in the room is uncomfortable.
Oh shit, we got movement. Oh, B-O? Dude, the fuck?
Oh.
Black Wing.
Cruising.
The obvious, dude.
Yeah, that's how it's.
Dude, the fuck?
Whoa.
Cruising.
The obvious, dude. Shit said Black Wings.
D.
Is it not?
I don't know.
There's a lot of shit going on right now.
Stop and just write a D.
We don't always get something on the board. We actually typically don't. So to feel that sudden movement and you know that the planchette's about to take off across the board, it's very intense feeling.
No, it's moving still.
It like moves short. So is it B-O-D?
Body. Yep. And it stopped.
Having to go from letter to letter and eventually spelling the word body was concerning. We don't know what that means. We don't know the message that they're trying to tell us. So I don't know. Overall, it was a really trippy experience.
You heard it say Black Wings downstairs too,
I heard
right?
it go off. I can't believe you can hear what it's saying though.
Yeah.
I heard it say scared because it's obvious, you know?
I heard Black Wings or something. And this just said body. Ooh.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty uncomfortable at the moment.
That smell came back too.
All right. We gotta keep asking. Body, what does that mean? Is your body still here somewhere?
At the time, I think we were all so excited that it was moving, and we didn't want to just stop. You know, we just opened up communication. We were getting movement. So we continued asking questions.
Whose body?
So I started noticing something weird with Casey because you'll notice in the camera when I focus on him in the dark, like I'm just trying to get a better view of him. Because even with my naked eye from where I was sitting, I could see him like glistening, but I couldn't really see what was going on with his face until I looked through the viewfinder and I realized how pale and his eyes were going different directions at times. I just saw like all of you're extremely, I mean, maybe not in the camera, but to me you look really pale and clammy.
It feels hotter up here.
I started having a really weird feeling in my chest and even in my head. I started feeling like dizzy and fatigued. That's the only way to describe it. Felt like I just got back from like a 2-mile run. I was out of breath and I felt like I was about to pass out.
Let's end it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's end it. Yeah. I feel a little weird.
You good?
Yeah, good.
Casey just didn't look good. He looked unwell, just sick.
I just felt like immediately tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just literally saw your eyes like roll and like your face change.
Even
Almost
now, it's
instantly.
hard for me to like breathe. I want to get out of here for a minute.
Let's go.
After I caught my breath for a few minutes, we decided that the board spelled out body, and the only thing that we could think at the time was maybe whatever it was telling us investigate where the bodies were found.
That's what we're heading into. Great.
We decided to head downstairs and venture into the cornfield, which that was kind of a mixed deal because the bodies were found there. So obviously it's a place that we expect activity, but also there's large spiders, millipedes, centipedes, stuff you just don't want touching you. So it was a mixture of things. I was anxious for multiple reasons.
I'm down with going about maybe 50 to 100 feet in, and that's good for me.
just to see if there's any kind of spikes out here, but this feels like a dumb idea.
It is dumb.
Well, who's first?
Well, we're not going in there.
Is this where you wanted us so that we could die by spiders?
They're crazy.
Well, all right. No time like the present, boys. Just be careful.
I would not be walking.
As we
a
went into
cornfield.
these corn stalks, it seemed like the deeper we got into that cornfield, the thicker that the crops got. It's like you couldn't walk an inch without having leaves.
They
all
never
over your
watched
face
Children
and
of the
pushing
Corn.
stuff apart and getting in there.
I watched too much Children of the Corn growing up. I ain't going no damn corn stalk cornfield. You crazy? Malachi's gonna come out of somewhere there.
Hey, wait. What the fuck was that?
In the cornfield, we were hoping to get big EMF spikes, something direct and concrete showing that there was something present there.
I heard something in here. It's like a fucking branch break.
Walking through the field was extremely unnerving. We are seeing just constantly every other row or like right in front of our faces last second a web this big that's ready to wrap itself around with a spider the size of the palm of my hand in the middle of it. And I'm trying to do all of this while looking through the camera and also using the light of the camera to guide us.
What the fuck? We're not getting anything out here, and I literally feel like there's shit crawling all over me.
According to them, this is right around where the bodies were.
While we were out there, we asked a bunch of questions, had the EMF detector with us, wasn't getting much, and we decided this is fucking stupid. We're standing in the middle of a fucking cornfield covered in spiders with no readings.
Where the bodies were dumped.
Where the bodies were dumped, but there's just no readings happening. So I vote we just head back.
the hell out.
Yeah. You know, we got shit going on in the house already. The Ouija board. There's bugs everywhere. We're surrounded in leaves. Let's go back to the house.
See how the night goes? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's get the hell out of here then.
All right, great.
We went back to the house and we started setting up tests, and honestly, we weren't getting the type of evidence, the type of contact that we were hoping for at all. So we decided we would go another route, and we set up all of our static cameras before we went to bed.
I was actually sleeping surprisingly sound based on the events that we had experienced earlier in the night until I wasn't.
Oh Lord. I don't like orbs and flashes. Leave the door open. The door open. Like something like walked in. What's going on here? Oh, look at the sheets. Wow. Yeah, like you can see the blankets, they're lifted. And you see an orb.
Seeing what Tanner goes through on camera sometimes is just, I mean, it's like watching anything scary. Like you're sitting there with this feeling in your stomach, like, how did this actually happen to this person? And oftentimes it's in the room right adjacent to me. What I saw on the static camera footage is some of the most definitive evidence you can hope for in a place like this.
Wow.
While I was sleeping, I felt like the bed move underneath me, almost like someone was like trying to flip me out of bed, and it startled me, obviously, and I ran out the room. And looking back at the footage, you could see that the door from the trap door where we heard the boom earlier actually opened right before all that shit went down.
That door just opened up. It looked like something
I was
there.
awoken by Tanner. Tanner came running into the room
Look
saying
at
that
I was trying
some
to
shit was
lift it
happening
there.
in his room.
See
A
the
lot
orb
was
from the
in
bottom?
that shot. I mean, the door connecting to the attic where the smell was coming from opened on its own. It looked like something was messing with his blanket a little bit. Kind of woke him up, but
Right there.
looked like he kind of slept through that. And then it came back another time, basically, in my opinion, saying, "What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my bed?" It was almost like, "Get the fuck out."
The place has this negative energy that's just so overwhelming.
Wow,
It's
look at the
something you
cameras.
can't escape, even in your own private little moment, or even going outside or taking a breath of air.
I think this house is very obviously haunted. This isn't one of the ones where you have to contemplate or look at individual pieces of evidence. I think overwhelmingly, yes, this is a very haunted place.
It's like the property just has so much dark history and energy around it that you can feel it without even knowing the story.
It's haunted in a way that it's hard to tell by what or where this entity might have come from, but it definitely didn't seem like any of the family that may have died there. It seemed like something of a more
Darker.
sinister nature,
Yeah.
something that didn't want us there. And that's always weird because you expect to come across what's left behind of the person that lived there, not something completely foreign. So I don't know what's going on with that place, but definitely had a bad vibe most of the night.
Definitely had it was horrible. That was crazy, man. Imagine you're in the kitchen and you're like, what the fuck? And all the cabinet doors and your drawers are opening up and closing and opening. And you're like, okay, what the fuck did I drink today? What the fuck drugs did I take today? Was my medicine laced? Like, why my drawers going up, opening, closing, and the drawers, like, what's going on here? That's a wild scene. That's crazy. But I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I'm gonna take a little break, watch some college football, and I hope you guys continue having a great Saturday. It's beautiful out here, and I hope it's beautiful where you're at. I'll be back later on this evening to do my regular show, and but continue having a good day. Continue having a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night. And I definitely will catch you on the flip side. And yeah, if it's nice, if it's comfortable outside, go outside and get some air, get some fresh air, get some sun. Do something fun. Relax, enjoy the day. You deserve it. It's the weekend. No stress, right? All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace for now.